Hey, we are live. Wow, it's almost a few seconds late there. What's up, guys? What's up, Josu? Oh, guys, today we got a good one. We are going to talk about body counts. And we're going to go over the Call Her Daddy girls for today. You know, that's always fun. But the opening question is, does a woman's body count matter? And body count just means the number of men she's been with. What do you think? Put it in the chat. Does a woman's body count matter? We'll get started in about 9 minutes for the presentation. Live from Houston. Nice. I'm a fan of Texas, man. Especially these days with politics and all that. I could see myself moving there someday. To Texas somewhere. Oh, by the way, guys. Byron Buxton, my favorite baseball player for the Minnesota Twins here, is currently tied for the lead in the MLB in home runs. He's my guy. Even though MLB get woke, go broke, I definitely don't watch it nearly as much as I used to. Not Austin, yeah. I've heard that before too. Okay, got some water here. We do got a little drinking. It's a nice, simple drinking game for tonight. I'm going with I'm just gonna go straight from the can. IPAs tonight. Faded flannel. Ooh, I'll show you guys too. I made a new green screen edit that you'll see in some videos that I edit out on YouTube in the future. We're going old school, guys. I'm not even pouring in a glass. We're just going straight from the can. Ooh, I see a perfect answer. I don't want to read it off yet, but I see an answer that I definitely agree with in the chat right now. What's up, guys? Jawara, JP. What's up, Nicholas? 44. Your mind. Oh, we've got 3 Prince quizzes in for this one, guys. Put some time into this one today. Oh, all right. Let me drink here. So again, reminder to anyone watching on the replay, the official start will be in about 6 minutes. But while you guys are here, I'm going to show you guys my new green screen edit I had. You'll start seeing them in videos that I get posted. I've just been busy. It's been hard to get to the editing lately. All right, so here we go. Okay, we have here. So we're gonna go. This is the Cougar one from earlier. It's, you know, you guys have seen this one before, but again, how I make these is in Keynote. You put a green or a light blue background, and then you make a custom animation however you want. And then when you edit a video, you can put the green screen function in any video editing software you have, and then it will play over it.
There's been spottings of a cougar.
Say go, say go, say cool, say cool, say go, say go, say cool.
So that was one I'd made recently, but then I just made one yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. Here we go. This one you'll start seeing in some videos.
How dare you! How dare you!
Got the Greta, the good old Greta in there. That's going to be a good one for a while, man. That's how dare you. That's classic. All right, I'm going to go back to here. Still 5 minutes. Oh, plenty of time. Wow. So much time. Holy cow. That's awesome. Elfin, what's up? I wish I could get this right next to my face. Doesn't matter. I move my head too much anyway. That squirrel brain I got. Wife material is 3 or less. Roasty pump and dumps still matter for STDs. Ooh, got some good points going on here, guys. Yeah, no, I have checked out her family. I know. I think that what was done to her is awful. Throwing her in the spotlight like and making her a propaganda machine. But I gotta take the viral content, man. Did I get any new sounds in here? I didn't. Whoever the last stream someone was asking about the old Yeller one and I had a hard time finding the scene. Unless it was the dog scene. You know that old Yeller dog scene? Because they wanted me to find You're a Man Now clip. If it's the dog scene, I don't watch that scene. I don't like that. You guys, I'm a sucker for animals. I don't like watching that stuff. If I know it's coming and I can avoid it, I don't watch that. So if it's in that scene, that's why I never found it. But I was just having a hard time. I didn't look too hard, but I did give it a little look around. Whew. What's up, Patrick?
Wrong.
Just getting the fingers ready, guys. Getting the fingers ready. Call your daddy belongs to the world. White Boy Summer would like the prince to address this. I'm playing accordingly. How about this? I'm going to make a note right now. And now when my RAS in my brain, my reticular activation system, sees White Boy Summer, I'll lock in and then maybe something will come out of it. Oh, unless it's Chet Hanks, that thing. I saw a little bit about that. Chet Hanks is... Oh, what's up, Battle Rifle? What's up, Super Straight? Hey, guys, know that when I'm watching, I'll be watching the chat, especially early on for the sound. Because I want to get the sound right for you guys for this one. Because I clipped it and put it all into one video, the podcast basically. So it will be even sound across the whole way. It's just, I want to make sure you guys can hear it good. Shouldn't she be calling you daddy? Josh says, well, the funny thing is, female empowerment. No, you need to call her daddy. That's part of what's funny about this podcast. It's like the feminist mindset, basically. It's like, no, I'm the man. I'm the prize. You call me daddy, says the cat ladies. 35 seconds, man. Guys, we're getting ready. That's a long 10 minutes to wait, but it's nice because once this goes, man, I'm gonna black out. I'm gonna be in a different world, so I can relax for 20 more seconds, drink my beer, and then I don't know where I'll be for the next couple hours. One more, guys, for you. Byron Buxton, the man. Okay, we're getting started. Here we go. We are going to explore the body count topic. And shout out to some of you guys that answered the survey. I'm going to also address the double standard at some point here in the stream. But I'm just going to let it work itself in there. I will address that. So let's get rolling here. Okay. This is the Call Her Daddy podcast. And a quick little summary for you guys. These girls are no longer together. But I'll be honest, when they were together, it was way more fun to listen to. I listened to a couple episodes, and I'm just like, there's so much content here in any episode I listen to. But when they're together, to me, it's a lot more fun to listen to. So we did a throwback episode here where these two were together. And for today's drinking game rules, this is the disappointed in society drink, which means that anytime while you're watching, while you're listening, because this will happen to you, I promise you this will happen. I've listened to this. This will be my third time through after getting ready for this. And I already know it's going to happen to me. Anytime you shake your head while you're listening, you're just like, even if you're laughing, you'll do that too. You'll laugh and you'll be like, you're shaking your head because you're disappointed in society. You got to take a drink. So just notice as you shake your head, get ready to pour that drink. That's what we're going to be playing for today. Let's get started. Remember, I will be checking chat for sound.
So, we got a big boy for you today. A big boy. Body count. Body count. Body count. Oh, you slut. Your body count's above 20, you whore.
For those of you that don't know, body count is the amount of people you've slept with.
The amount of people you've porked, the amount of people that have porked you.
The amount of bodies you've taken down.
What's your kill?
Just like they said, the amount of bodies you've taken down. And one more time, I'm just going to do this because to any of you guys that have never heard these and you don't understand their voices, it would drive me personally nuts if I had to guess which one of these is talking the whole time when I hear a certain voice. So I'm going to replay that first 21 seconds. I'm going to tell you the girl on the left or the girl on the right on the screen of which one's talking. So the left is Alex, the right is Sophia.
So, we got a big boy for you today. A big.
That right there, that start was the left. That's Alex, the blonde.
Body count. Body count. Body count.
Oh, you slut. Your body count's above 20, you whore.
For those of you that don't know,
This one right now talking is the brunette Sophia.
body count is the amount of people you've slept with.
The amount of people you've porked, the amount of people that have porked you.
The amount of bodies you've taken down.
What's your...
Okay, so to start here, let's get it official. Let's just make it official. We got a Prince quiz to start this off. And the quiz for this one is, does a woman's body count matter to men? So in the chat, you can put a 1, 2, 3, or 4. In fact, if you're thinking 4, that can be a bonus. You can answer twice on this one. But 1 is yes. Body count does matter to men. 2, no. Body count does not matter to men. 3, it depends. And 4 is Hillary, that's Hillary Clinton, belongs in Gitmo. So again, if you vote for 4, you can vote twice. That is texting Prince permission for this one. But does a woman's body count, remember the amount of men she slept with, does that matter to men? 1, yes. 2, no. 3, it depends. 4, Hillary belongs in Gitmo. Guantanamo Bay. Let me read off some of the chat here because I'm seeing some. We got 1, and 4. 1. We got 4. 1. So we're getting a lot of yeses. We're getting some Hillary belongs in Gitmos. What's up, Mark? Brass, what's up, Brass? Brass with the yes. All right. Does a woman's body count matter to men? Well, that's what we're going to kind of dissect today in this one. We're going to dissect it because, of course, the Call Her Daddy girls are going to give you their opinion, but that's a little one-sided, I would say. So I'm also going to give you the other side as well. I'm seeing some threes. And for anyone that does 3 in the chat, throw in why you think it depends. What does it depend on? Alrighty. Now that we got that out of the way, I know you guys want to see this sexy Byron Buxton jersey up in closer view. Yep. Okay. So let's start with this little title. Does her body count matter? Oh, hey, time out. Mic check. How we doing on the girls? Was that good? I'm just looking for a yes, it's good. No, turn them up or whatever, or turn them down. Man, I'm gonna sneak this a quick finish in here if I can while I'm waiting for the chat to catch up. How is the sound on the girls? All right, we're let me get another one open and then we'll get going. Okay, all right. All right, here we go, guys.
Kill count, Sophia.
I would have to pull out my list.
Oh, wait, guys. Okay, so every girl probably has this, or absolutely no one has.
Actually, mature girls don't, and immature girls that we're transitioning. Like the list will be burned at some point, but I still do have like a little list.
Me too. I like that you said little. You like.
I meant the paper's little, but it's filled all the way.
Use a hoe. Use a hoe. I said that use a hoe.
They talk about having a list, and they say that most women have a list, or they go, well, maybe not most women. So, again, there's double standards in all of this. I'm aware of that, but I got to, I give them the hoe thing. If someone wants to call me a hoe too, that's fine. I'm going to give them a hoe if it's justified, and that was justified.
The entire thing is covered. So this morning, Sophie and I were getting ready for the show. We're like, all right, let's talk about our body counts. So we want to tell each other our body counts.
I loved, actually, I didn't fucking love. I fucking hate going down memory lane.
Me too.
Because I look at the list and I'm like, ooh, okay, so San Francisco guy. That's really what you're going to write is San Francisco guy.
That's all you got? So,
Uber driver, like grocery store clerk. No, but I'm going to say this. There are 1 or 2 men on there.
Yeah.
That
it's a description of like a location.
The name is not what I'm using to describe them.
So,
but I love her though. She belongs to the street. So sad, so sad, so sad. That chicken Jones. She belongs to the street. You might have said you love that girl, but she belongs to the gang. And when she with me, I let her do her thing.
Yeah, they said that, well, 1 or 2 in their long list of partners, they just have a description for them. They don't have a name. They just have that, I can't even remember that guy's name at all. It was, the Uber guy, the Uber driver guy that night. It was, the guy in Mexico. Like, they have that in their phone. So right now, how women have you in their phone, if you haven't slept with them, or maybe if you have, but on online dating sites and all that, they have you, if they start texting you, is your name or something. It's like a keyword that reminds you of them because they're dating so many men or going on so many dates that they can't remember. Like I said, for a long time, I was Adam Teacher Adam. Like, that's how they would know me is, this is the Adam. It's Teacher Adam. they have you in whatever way they have it, Banker Aaron, or Uber blah, blah, blah. That's how they describe you in their phones right now if you see a lot of women's phones, because they can't keep track with all the balls they're juggling in the air. And I saw, log on to Tinder, girl has call her daddy in bio. What does that mean? That means, right here, Finn, this right here means...
But I love her though. She belongs to the street. So sad, so sad, so sad. That chicken chose. She belongs to the street. You might have said you love that girl, but she belongs to the gang. And when she with me, I let her do her thing.
What it means is if she has Call Her Daddy in her bio, or she loves Call Her Daddy, the podcast, don't make a big reaction. Don't give away your poker hand, guys. But just lock it into the back of your brain, just on whatever your list you have, where it's, does this, red flag list or girls I will never commit to long term. Check that box off if she's a fan of Call Her Daddy, because you're going to hear this podcast and this is what she's listening to constantly. And it's so vulgar. I mean, what we're seeing here today, this whole live stream we're breaking down is a 25-minute segment out of an hour and 15 minutes of one of hundreds of podcasts or whatever. So if she has that in there, you'll understand where her mind's at. What that actually does mean, though, is she'll probably try really hard when she gives you a sloppy toppy. She'll try to give you what they call the Gluck Gluck 7000 or whatever, which is the signature move that Alex has where she teaches girls how to give sloppy toppy, aka a blowjob. So you might get that might be good out of it, but wife or girlfriend material, nope. An automatic easy X out on that one.
This morning I was talking to Sophia and I'm like telling her my body count and I'm like, listen, this is the hard truth. I feel like a lot of people's body counts aren't even fucking accurate. Yeah. I feel like people will be like, it's really either 13 or 14. And it's like, well, why? And really, I think it's because somebody usually doesn't count a body for a reason. Whether it's like, no, it didn't fully go in, or like, oh, he was too small. Like, I didn't even feel it.
Doesn't count. Doesn't fucking count.
I didn't even feel it. This
sex wasn't good. Doesn't count.
I've literally personally done that in high school. I was like, oh no, like I didn't have sex with him. And it's like, yeah, you did.
Right.
Like, yeah, you fucking did. You did, Alex.
I don't know my exact number.
No.
I know like the vicinity.
Right.
I know where the number lives, but I don't know for sure.
Because you blacked out a couple.
Because I did have sex with someone and the sex was horrible, and why would I count that?
Absolutely not.
And God,
she's the village bicycle. Everyone's had a ride.
Okay, so one of the parts of advice, a lot of the advice that these Call Her Daddy girls give their listeners is basically, when in doubt, when you make really bad choices or you make choices that other people, a potential partner, won't want in the long run, just lie. That is their solution for everything. Oh, don't worry, girl. No one's going to shame you for whatever you did. You murdered someone. No one will shame you. Lie. You slept with 600 people. No one will shame you. You go, girl. We love you. You're a queen. But lie to all the guys. That is their underlying advice. It's never figure out what happened, work on yourself, self-reflect. No, it's lie to get what you want. That is the advice that they have on this thing. So this right here, guys, is a perfect example of plausible deniability. Women are experts at this. That's not what I meant. They're able to give you something and they leave themselves an out always. So they're great at wordplay. They can purposely make you assume something, but they leave themselves an out. So in this same way where they will actually give you certain words where they'll use plausible deniability, they also self-justify things in their own minds with plausible deniability. What they just said there was they basically use plausible deniability to erase men that they've slept with. Oh, that guy had a small penis. Erase plausible deniability. That doesn't really count. That didn't count as my body count. Oh, this guy didn't text me back the next day. Well, it was only one night. Erase. That doesn't count. oh, this guy, I didn't like that. I shouldn't have done it. Well, if I was sober, I wouldn't have done it, so I'm going to erase it. That doesn't count. They literally self-justify in their own mind. We've talked about how this works, why they do this so often, to be able to live with their decisions and be able to also use their emotions and their feelings to also raise a child. So part of all of that is that they basically have all of these games they can play with themselves to be able to live with their decisions so that they're able to have a clear enough head, in a sense, that they can still raise a child. In a really summed up, way over summed up explanation, that's how I see it in my brain. But right there, plausible deniability, right? Listen to them, what they said there again. We'll hear a little peek of that again.
Slow it down. I still got the feeling, baby.
All right, listen to plausible deniability. Think about that when you hear this again.
Somebody usually doesn't count a body for a reason, whether it's like, no, it didn't fully go in, or like, oh, he was too small, like I didn't even feel it.
Doesn't count. Doesn't fucking count.
I didn't even feel it. This
count. This sex wasn't good. Doesn't count.
I've literally personally done that in high school. I was like, oh no, like I didn't have sex with him, and it's like, yeah, you did.
Right?
Like, yeah, you fucking
no,
did. Yeah, you did, Alex.
I don't know my exact number.
No,
I know like the vicinity.
Right.
I know where the number lives, but I don't know for sure.
You blacked out a couple.
Because I did have sex with someone and the sex was horrible, and why would I count that?
Absolutely not.
Now, I will talk about the elephant in the room because I always do. The elephant in the room is that's terrifying when you think about false allegations. Yes, it is. Because what they just said there, how they explain their body count, the sex was bad, it doesn't count. He had a small penis, it doesn't count. Now imagine that. When a girl doesn't want her body count to go up, this is how she self-justifies it in one sense. Well, now you can see how guys get themselves in trouble if a girl self-justifies and now it's in public and other people are going to shame her for it. Oh, no. You can see where this can go with this sick game they play, which is why I never apologize and I never will for saying never believe what the heck a woman says. We'll talk about that later at a point in this, but anyone saying believe all women is an ignorant fool. It's a stupid way to live. Don't believe anyone of all people. Believe all women, believe all men. No, that's just a stupid way to live your life. It's a very ignorant way to live your life.
Guys, I feel like don't really do that. Actually, I take that back. I feel like with guys, I'm sure there are some guys that if they hook up with a nasty ass hoe,
like a 2,
yeah, just like a disgusting, filthy. If they like paid for a back page escort, they're not going to count that. They're going to be like, doesn't count. Or if they're like blackout drunk.
Okay.
You know how many guys are like, I fucked her because I was drunk, doesn't count. Yeah, it does.
I agree, but also I have to say, men say girls lie about their body count. I would argue men lie about having more bodies than they actually do. So really, it's quite pathetic. Men could be worse than women because they inflate their shit.
They do.
Girls lie about being lower. Men lie about being higher. They try to heighten their fucking count. We know you're not fucking slinging that pussy.
Gerald, the captain of mathletes, just knock it off. We know you're not in the 90s. 9 maybe.
9.
Okay?
And that's that, Gerald.
And they were your cousins. You live in fucking Utah.
No.
I did catch, by the way, the quick little jab she made at men saying that men are actually quite pathetic because men will inflate their body count higher. I caught it, but I'm going to let it go for the overarching topic still at hand. And what we're going to get to here, it's time for another one, guys. It's time for another Prince quiz. For this one, we have... Oh, I better take that down. If men lie about their number, which is more true? Okay, so we're not going to say, do men lie about their number? Because some men do and some men don't. The question is, if a man lies about his number, which is more true? 1, You can put it in the chat. 1, they say more than their real number. So do men, if they're going to lie, they lie higher than their actual number? 2, they say less than their real number. So if men are going to lie, do they go, oh, that one didn't count, that one counted, and they actually say a smaller number than what's actually true? Or 3, do you think neither men are perfect angels? So go ahead in the chat for that one. If men lie about their number, which is more true? 1, men overinflate. They say, oh, I've had sex with 10 girls when really he's had sex with 5. Or they say, oh, I've only had sex with 5 girls if really he's had sex with 10. Do they say less? So 1 is more, 2 is less, 3 is neither. Men are perfect angels. I'll give you guys a little time to do that. Maybe sip some brew. Give you guys a little time to plug them in there. All right, I'm seeing some here. I'm seeing some 1. The sound of a wall approaching. I've seen that, guys. 1s. Yeah, 1s for sure. Yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of 1s on this. And yeah, I have no problem it's not 3. Men are not perfect angels. And more often than not, most men for sure, say more than their actual number, right? Most men would be like, oh, she gave me a blowjob, I'm going to count that as a sex partner if they want to inflate their number, rather than what women do, right? Oh, it wasn't good sex, so that didn't count at all, where women do the opposite. They deflate. And by the way, guys, so part of this, right, this whole thing I will want to address is the double standard, where people are saying, you know, oh, if men can sleep with a lot of women, a lot of women, then women should be able to do the same on the opposite end. And fine, you can believe whatever you want, but again, we're going to tackle this as we go. But what I do want to at least point out to anyone that's asking that question is, why is it that men would lie and overinflate their number and women would lie and underinflate their number? Why is it? Why would that make sense? Because again, if you want to look in the unicorn, euphoric, everyone's all equal and everything's perfect, rainbows and butterflies, and you go, if a man sleeps with 50 women, a woman can sleep with 50 men, okay, fine. But the question is, why do women lie and say less, and why do men lie and say more? Just ponder that as we go for this. Just keep it in your mind.
Okay, when you're younger, let's talk about when we're younger, because I do think that when you're younger, it kind of paints the pathway of when you're growing up of how you look at body count, because everyone's so immature.
Yep.
And there were so many like false.
There were myths, first of
myths.
all.
That was myths.
I remember, that's such a good point. I remember when I was younger, when guys would be talking about a girl that had like slept around a lot, they would be like, she has fucked so many dudes, like her pussy is so loose.
Oh, yes!
Tell me that you did not.
Dude.
And for the longest time, I really thought that that was like the anatomy of a vagina, and that it could get loose the more people you fuck.
That is so true.
PSA for everybody, vaginas don't work that way.
Well, you didn't even know that till this morning. Sophia was like, let me just double check and Google it.
Is that fucked up? But like, I had to double check.
Dude, that is so, oh my God, I will never forget this one girl, Sarah. I'm not going to say her last name, but Sarah at my high school.
Alex, you didn't even have to say the first name.
I feel like it just helps keep context. But so
Sarah Jessica, I won't say the last name.
So this girl, Sarah, at my high school, I remember all of the guys, because she like slept around a lot, all the guys would be like, yeah, dude, fucking hurts like a hot dog in a hallway, just flopping in there.
Yes.
And the thing is it's so immature, but because of the way that guys talk to you in high school, you're kind of terrified to take more than like 3 dicks, because you're like, holy shit, is my shit going to be stretched out and loose? Poor Sarah over here, hot dog in the big ass fucking marble hallway. All right? And
oh man. Oh man. All right. So the claim that these women are making is that sleeping around doesn't make you more loose. All right? We've heard that. We all have heard that, right? Women sleeps around, oh, she's loose. So, let's go with one more, guys. All right, guys. So for this Prince quiz, guys, this one, I'm hoping we see a variety of answers because I left it pretty open-ended here. But a woman's pink stink. All right? So the JJ. A woman's pink stink is like blank. Fill in the blank, guys. Fill in the blank. A woman's pink stink is like A fishing net. B, a baseball glove. Oh, wait, sorry. 1, a fishing net. 2, a baseball glove. 3, a cherry Pop-Tart. 4, a jar of pickles. I'm going to give you guys some time for this one because I'm hoping, based on your answer, you might give a little explanation why. This one is strictly my pleasure just to see some creative answers here. But what do you guys think? A woman's pink stink, her vajayjay, what is it like? Finish the sentence and say why. I have no idea what you guys are going to answer for this one. But I did bring a prop for this. All right, so I'm seeing so far we have a cherry Pop-Tart. I'm seeing we have a fishing net twice. We got more fishing nets. And if you can, guys, just give a... There's no wrong answers. I'm telling you this. Yes, I have an answer planned. There's no wrong answers. If you have a reason that you can relate it to this, I would just love to hear it in the chat right now. Or on replay, guys. A woman's pink stink is like, fill in the blank. If you're on replay and you have a good one for this, fill in the blank and say why. And maybe I'll start using that in the future to relate it. Oh, this is a guilty pleasure of mine. This is just fun. We have someone got a written in answer, a trash can. 4, the more a jar of pickles. The more pickles she can fit there, the more loose she is. It's like a box of chocolates, says Michael. A cherry Pop-Tart after I am done with it. We got pickles again. Okay, guys. Yeah, so one more theme song and then we'll move on. All right. Just dump it in. I see what you guys are saying. Yeah, I was just having fun with this. This is just my own personal opinion for fun and because I had the prop, really. But for this one, a woman's pink stink, because they say, right, sleeping with multiple men doesn't matter. It doesn't make you more loose. Well, I don't know how women can tell this or not. They're only getting penetrated. So, here is my own just personal opinion. My personal opinion is that a woman's pink stink is like a baseball glove. By the way, shout out to any lefties out there. The only thing I wish Byron Buxton, the only thing I would change about Byron Buxton is I would make him a lefty. Shout out to King Griffey Jr. Other than that, I love Byron Buxton. I love everything about him. I just wish he was left-handed. But anyway, I know that's a stupid thing to say because 90% of you are righties. Still love you too. Hope you can appreciate a lefty though. All right, so a woman's pink stink is like a baseball glove, in my opinion. So when people say, well, why when a woman sleeps around, why do they call her loose? Well, this is just my personal opinion from personal experience and from things I've read and studied. is that if you think of a pink stink like a baseball glove, all right, if a woman, we have a hand here. This is a man's penis. All right, penises come in all shapes and sizes. Some are different directions, all that. Girls will tell you about the wildest. If you get an honest girl, she'll tell you about the wild, penises that she can think of. The ones that, there's certain ones that tilt this way or that way or this way or that way. Whatever. There's different shapes in and out. So, as a fan of baseball, one thing you know is when you get a brand new glove, all right, and you stick your hand in there, it's like it's a snug fit. But what happens, the beautiful thing about a baseball glove is that the more care you take into it and the more you're with this glove is eventually it starts to basically mold to your hand. This is why baseball players are very suspicious about their gloves as well, too. It's not the same thing if you just throw a baseball player a certain glove. Here, use this. It's different. It feels weird, especially if you're playing a lot of baseball. You want the glove that is form-fitted to your hand. It fits snug. It fits good. You know it's there. It's reliable. And, man, you just become one with the glove. That's why if you got the glove and it's going to stay together, a lot of people will use their same mitt for years and years on end until they have to get rid of a new one, because once you have it, it fits so good, you don't want to get rid of that. So, woman starts diddling around with all different penises. They're all looking different. Whoop, whoop, this way, that way, uncircumcised, circumcised, weird there, boom, boom, mole there, all that. Whatever weird things happen. Well, her glove, this guy's hand looks like this. Well, next night, this guy's hand looks like this. This guy's fingers look like this. There becomes a point where there's not a perfect fit. Cinderella's slipper no longer fits because it doesn't know how to form anymore. It's like, man, I'm the PE baseball glove where I get a different kid putting their hand inside of me every single day, so I can't form to anyone's hand. I just have to be a generic mitt, which is looser in a sense than the one that is form-fitted to your hand. I hope that made sense. It made sense in my brain. If any lefties are out there, I know it made sense to the lefties. I hope it made sense to everyone else. But I see a pink stink like a baseball mitt, and that's why when you say loose, yeah, it's not necessarily like, oh, this is so, but it's different though. There is a different feeling. Maybe it's not as dramatic as people play it up to be, but this glove analogy makes sense, and men that have played baseball know what I'm talking about with the glove, and that's the same feeling with the pink stink, in my opinion. Oh, I don't want to get Byron Buxton in any trouble. I don't want to get him canceled and from the woke MLB. So just to let you guys know, everything I'm saying has no relation to Byron Buxton. I'm just a fan wearing his jersey. Got to shout that out to the cancelers out there. Okay, here. Where the heck are we at now? I don't know. Like I said, guys, I start blacking out when we're in the middle of this. I think we're here we go. We're ready. I know exactly where I'm at. We're good, guys. With Kegels, anyone feels like a virgin. Hey, see, but there's things you can do. There are things you can do to help it out for sure. But you know what I mean, guys. There's nothing like the loyal baseball mitt. If you played baseball, if you grew up playing baseball, there's nothing like the feeling of your mitt. Now, I personally, as a lefty, I will take anyone's mitt, basically, because if I don't have a mitt, it's just a blessing. This is a side tangent, it doesn't even matter, but I played church softball with some of my cousins when I was over in a different state. They needed an extra for their softball team, and so I came out to play. Well, they put me at catcher, which is in softball the worst position. I have no offense taking that. Baseball is definitely not my best sport. But it's because they gave me a right-handed mitt. I had to play right-handed because they didn't have any lefty mitts with their lack of players there, and I was in a different state. I didn't have my mitt. So I'm sitting there. It looked so bad because I'm sitting there catching, and I decide, right? Because you got all the fans behind you, the fans watching the softball game. Not a sellout crowd by any means, but I got the fans behind me. Do I just sit here and catch it? Nobody knows me. I'm from out of state. And do I throw it like a girl right-handed every time and just be like, guys, hopefully someone tells you I'm left-handed? Or do I do this? Do I take it every single pitch, take it off my arm, pull a little Jim Abbott action here, switch it over, and then throw it with my left hand? These are the stresses of being a lefty, guys. The stresses of being lefty. So anyway, side tangent. I forgot where I'm at. That's right. That's why I got notes, guys. Oh, one more side tangent. My favorite mitt of all time was my Michelangelo mitt. I had is a little lefty in T-ball. I had a Michelangelo mitt, and I had it for multiple years. It had this like big face of Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle inside of it. Coolest mitt ever. Until some kid made fun of my mitt when I got to a certain age. It really hurt my feelings, but still my favorite mitt of all time. I wish I had it. All right, we're back. We're back after the side tangent.
I remember being younger and my friends and I, like, one of us would be at like number 9, like the 9th person.
Yeah.
And my friends would freak out and be like, oh my gosh, like I can't have any more sex because then I'm going to hit the double digits.
Dude, that's so fun.
Like double digits were terrifying.
Terrifying.
And why were they terrifying? Because there's guys out here being like, wow, I fucked her and it felt like a fucking...
It's like when you go bowling and you don't put up the guardrails.
It's like when you go bowling with a golf ball. Okay, that.
There we go. Today getting creative.
Should we keep going?
Anyways,
Let's keep going.
So that's what you think when you're younger. So fuck that.
Okay.
Use a hoe. Use a hoe. I said that use a hoe.
Now, I've said this before. By the way, they're like talking in past tense. Man, I remember when thinking about hitting my double digits. That was so terrifying. Past tense. Again, of course, they've had more than 10 body counts a piece, no doubt. But just notice the language. That they hit that a long time ago. But right here, now, I will give the girls, both of these girls, credit from the things I've seen. Like I said before, is that at least when they talk about men or whatever, they don't have like a hatred for them, like the feminists at Female Dating Strategies. So I will always give these girls credit, even though they reveal some vulgar truths, that they at least are not. They don't have this like built-in hatred of men. However, prepare, guys, because we're about to get to the shaming, which we all know, but it all makes sense with all women. When you understand women to a certain degree, it all makes sense in the cycle of things. So just prepare yourself. We're about to get shamed, guys.
And you know what? Maybe the men, I'm just going to fucking put it out there. Maybe the men who are making these fucking jokes should look a little inward, because maybe it's not the size of the bun that is too large. Maybe it's the size of the fucking wiener. Did you ever think about that? Maybe your wiener is not fitting in the normal size fucking bun.
Right.
Maybe you're not fucking around with a full-on Italian sausage.
Right.
Maybe you got the little pigs in a blanket.
Fucking hors d'oeuvre style hot dog.
Appetizer size looking motherfucking.
Bite-sized on a toothpick. And you're over here trying to blame it on the bun. Yeah, that is so true.
You sick
These
fucks.
analogies.
Anyways, we're talking about body count.
We just lost a lot of listeners.
Anyways, so
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare them body shame? We know how men can never body shame. But, oh wait, sorry, I forgot. Rules for thee, but not for me. Oh, silly me. However, this right here is another class. Guys, it happens over and over and over and over again. the blame shift. This is what we call the blame shift with women. They have this uncanny ability, especially if you've ever been married to one or in a long-term relationship. Somehow, no matter what, it's all your fault. Now, there are some very, manipulative men that can do this the same, but we know who really rules this game on the majority of places, and that is the blame shift women. It's all your fault. So again, think of every woman as a public relations CEO for herself. Her job is to spin any bad press or bad publicity and shift the blame. So again, right, the classic example, she cheats on you. Well, you were neglecting my feelings and I didn't feel seen or I didn't feel loved. Well, in this example, right, if a girl's about to be shamed for having 100, body count, a bunch of sexual partners, guess what? What? No. That is not, there's nothing wrong with that. You're insecure. You just can't handle a strong woman. Or she goes, I'm not loose. You just have a small wee-wee. The blame shift. Nothing is going to be her fault. We've talked about this again from a war bride's perspective on why women have to do this. They have to be able to shift the blame to be able to, in a really historical sense, move on with a bunch of crazy stuff when tribes come in and wipe out a new tribe, get on with a new husband, and be able to basically forget those other feelings or any of those feelings of guilt, shove them down so that they can be present with their new man and their new children. It's just biological, but this is one of the things that we see come out of that is the blame shift. It's always your fault. It's never her fault. If a woman takes accountability or responsibility, myself and pretty much every other man on the planet will give her a standing ovation and say, wow, that's rare. Mad respect for her for taking responsibility. Every single time. If a girl messes up, it really almost doesn't matter what she does. If she actually takes accountability, responsibility, most men basically forgive her and are just like, that's so rare that you actually took accountability. Good for you. Because it's so rare. So understand this is going to be the game that you see more often than not when you're dealing with women. And we just heard it there. I'm not loose. You know what? My bun is not big. Your hot dog is just too small for my bun. It's your fault, not mine.
Oh, let me make it clear because girls care about their own body count. Men do not care about their own body count.
Absolutely.
Do you know how many,
That's such a good point.
Do you know how many friends I have that are guys and they have fucked over 100 girls and it's like, what? Like they don't care whatsoever.
Like we've said, it's a prize. They're
Yes.
looking to get to that 100 mark. It's like their life calling. It's
Yes.
get there by the time I die.
Right.
Meanwhile, girls, it's like double digits. Oh my God. Oh my
Yes.
God. Oh my God. And
Oh
we're
my
freaking
God,
out.
I'm freaking out. Like
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it though, because everyone asks us body count and oh my God, what do I say? I think we should first set the scene of, Sophia, do people even ask you your body count when you start to like date them?
out of the past 5 dudes that I have seriously dated, not one of them asked me my body count.
Yeah.
I think that grown men that are mature,
And not little bitch boys.
do not ask that question. Guys don't want to know.
It's so true.
For the most part.
It's true.
There's exceptions to everything.
I'm
going
going
to
to agree with you, but also I did date someone that was a little bit younger.
Okay.
And by younger, I mean my age.
Okay.
And he was a kind of like an insecure guy. And he did ask me essentially like, how many people have you slept with? And I just think it's so rare that guys actually ask.
No.
Men don't care about your body count. They are really more concerned about your reputation.
Yes.
Okay.
Wrong.
Yeah, no, that's wrong. Just most men don't have the balls to say what they actually want. But what what she did there was, men don't care about your body count, right? They care about their reputation. But notice all the words that they use when they talk about the men that do ask. Insecure. He was a little boy. They use these certain words on purpose. So again, right? then the men that they run into don't say something about it. Because here's a little news flash for you. Okay, I know in the world of getting laid, in the world of game, in the world of getting along with women, no, you never shame body count. Body count doesn't matter. Nah, body count doesn't matter. We're all just people. That's experiences in the past. I know that from a game perspective. Every guy that these women interact with at a certain point, right? They're only going for a certain caliber of men with the abundance mindset that know the same political techniques to say, I have a channel. I know what's actually reality, and I know what I'm supposed to say when I'm around women. I know I'm not supposed to shame women because women won't take accountability. They won't take responsibility. It will just be awkward, and everyone in the room around you will side with her because that's what's, socially appropriate. And if you don't think what's socially appropriate matters, why is everyone still wearing face diapers everywhere you go? So people care what other people think. So again, these guys that they're talking about, that they don't talk about, they don't ask about it, it's because these guys want sex. And when you want sex, you don't bring something up that would shame a woman for having more sex, because that woman would then be reluctant to have sex. That's what these women don't ever put into the equation of why the men that they talk to don't care about body count. They don't care about how many men you slept with. They just care about your reputation. Yes, the men you date will care more about your reputation than your body count because they have no plans on making you their wife. If they cared about you being their wife, they definitely would be caring about your body count. But all these women that go for these certain caliber of men, well, these men don't care. Only insecure men care about body count, because the men that have slept around a bunch, they understand that's shooting yourself in the foot to mention, oh, wow, women should not be sleeping around. So they're bought into this echo chamber of all the men that they think, oh, these are the men I want. What do they want? Well, they want a woman that sleeps around. They don't want a prude. Because these men know how to get what they want. The men that these women are chasing after. When we talk about the alpha seed and the beta need, every woman in every town is chasing after that man that just wants the casual sex. So, of course, don't shame women. Guys like me, man, don't shame women. I'm at a party. It's like, we don't shame women. Come on. Have sex with whoever you want. However, if I was going to tell a guy, you want to marry that girl? Oh, dude, no way. But if you're in a social atmosphere at a party, no, we don't shame women. Sex is natural. Everyone does it. Do they think about why this is being implanted into their mind? No, they don't. But that's just the reality of it. So let's actually take, do men care about body count? She says, no, they don't. Well, I'm actually going to put up now. I took a picture about 15 minutes before I went live here of that quick little survey I made just on our channel. I get it. It's an echo chamber for sure. But it's asking men. Let's see here. All right. So here we go. We have, in 7 hours, we had, does a woman's body count matter to men? Remember, matter to men, not matter to women. Of course, women say body count doesn't matter because they're the one in control of sex. We all know that. Women control sex, men control commitment and relationships. So, of course, women don't want to say the body count matters. But to men answering this, we have 90% of 125 people who voted, 90% said yes, body count matters. 3% said no. 6% said it depends. And someone left a comment on that said, when you say it depends, that really just means yes, but with further explanation. So, for instance, how I might answer this is, does a woman's body count matter? I'd be like, oh, it totally depends. Because I really don't care what a woman's body count is if I'm just going to sleep with her. But if I ever seriously thought about marrying a woman or settling down long term, oh, heck, you better believe her body count matters. But as far as I don't want it, I don't want that. I don't want to settle down. I don't care about marriage right now at all. So do I care about a woman's body count? Theoretically, no, but it definitely depends. If I was going to settle down with a girl, absolutely it would depend. And this is what shows 90% of men said, yes, it matters. And we can even say maybe 96% because of the 6% that said depends, like myself. You're probably like, well, I mean, if I was thinking of anything that women actually want, which we know women want, that commitment, that's like their, oh, I want to marry the perfect guy. That would be their dream. So if it depends on marriage, yeah, about 96%, it looks like say, yes, it depends. And I will put this, I know he's here in the chat with us here. Oops, not that. Keep that up. I got this in here too. I'm actually going to put this up, guys, just because I want you to remind me if I don't cover this at the end to remind me, and I'll make sure to loop it in somehow for sure. But this is from You Can Hear This. And hey, I have mad respect for anyone that can give a differing opinion or ask a certain question. As long as someone's not like a douchebag or thinks they know it all, I love when people have different perspectives. Okay, this is where I have to call out men. Over 80% have said yes. Why is this so? Do we not advocate for men to be humping and dumping, but it's not right when women do so? So I'm keeping this fresh. I want to answer that. I know it's a double standard, but I know that I'll probably get to it with the rest of this presentation. If I don't answer this, someone remind me to answer this, because I will. It is a fair question. I like to be checked. I like to, go, okay, I know I have a bias. Let's make sure I'm not in a complete echo chamber here, because I care most about truth more than anything. All right, where are we at now? Quiz. We showed the quiz results. All right, let's get at it. Let's get some of these off. Oops. We'll get back to that.
So if you are known as the class slut, guys and their egos, he could be so in fucking love with you, but it's really hard for them to see past that you have this reputation of sleeping around when they're sitting there with the boys, drinking beers, talking about girls, and he knows that everyone either knows who has railed you or they have also personally railed you.
Yep.
It's hard for men to get past that. But if you are able to essentially keep your slutty nature more on the down low, then he really isn't going to give a fuck.
That's a guy's dream, right?
Literally, if you have fucked 50 guys, if you've kept it on the low so no one really knows, he's one, not going to usually ask you your body count, and two, if he does, fucking lie.
Yeah.
So as long as you can keep your reputation intact, a man really won't give a fuck about what your number is.
Yeah.
But I love her though. She belongs to the street. So sad, so sad, so sad. That chicken chose. She belongs to the street. You might have said you love that girl, but she belongs to the gang. And when she with me, I let her do her thing.
Yeah, well, so we'll get to this. And I see you in this. You can hear this. I'm not attacking you at all. I love this. I know you're not white knighting. I love when people ask a genuine question, because that's how my mind works. I always think of it like a scientist, not like a paid bot, crappy scientist that just talks about, whoever they're in the pockets for. Like a legit scientist that actually just cares about the truth. I don't care about biases in a sense. I just care about more of the truth. So yeah, I love that. That's a good question. Again, we'll try to answer that. We will answer that. If I don't remember, someone tell me that I haven't done this. And we will answer that then. But here's the thing. What they're saying here, right? When they say men don't care about body count, they just care about reputation. How I would interpret that is, again, if I'm dating a girl, she's just going to be my girlfriend. I care about her reputation. But again, if you think about if you're actually going to marry a girl, then if you're smart, you would think about everything, the body count. So the reputation, I understand what you're saying, because when guys are just dating a girl, he just wants the reputation, and he wants a freak in the sheets. Is he ever going to commit to you? Again, look at Kevin Samuel's channel. Women can get the guys that can pump and dump them. Can they get commitment? Well, my question again is, why should women lie? Just like these women are giving this advice. Why should women lie if it's really no big deal? If it's actually no big deal, see, here's where I stand. I think you throw out the truth and you have nothing to worry about if the truth will resonate and the truth will make sense eventually. That's why I still say to all of you guys, I still believe that President Trump will come back, baby. Not in 2024. I don't think Joe Biden is the real president. I think there's a lot going on. I think that we're going back to constitutional law. A bunch of weird stuff. It doesn't matter. The point is, I have no problem saying that because I truly believe that that is the truth. Whereas these women are saying if body count really doesn't matter, if it really doesn't matter and the truth will be out there eventually, then women should not have any problem telling the truth. If body count doesn't matter, you shouldn't have a problem telling the truth for women. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be scared of the truth if it doesn't matter. All the women will say, but it's because the patriarchy and we've had societal standards pushed on us that women need to be blah, 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 and it's all part of the patriarchy. No, stop it. It doesn't matter if something's stupid, then the truth will resonate. So if you really believe that men and women are equal and there's no difference between men and women having sex, then the truth should not matter. And again, we'll cover this, but one part of this is, we will cover this, but how simple can I get? Okay, let's just ask all women. If we didn't have modern technology of birth control or smortions, which is pretty barbaric in my opinion, not necessarily modern, but if we didn't have Plan B, we didn't have these things to actually kill off what's natural. If we didn't have that, right? If you as a woman, biology matters, right? Biology still matters. So just pretend you didn't have these options of taking away pregnancy. Could a woman have sex with as many men and it'd be no problem? If we didn't have all of the technology, which, surprise, do you really trust the scientists on how that actually affects people long term, their mental stability, of taking away what's natural, just numbing it up with medication? If you think of natural, if a man penetrates, I have a penis, I penetrate, and a woman receives, she has a hole, she receives. If you just think about it, forget the technology. If a woman slept with 50 different men, would that be possible? Unless she just had no way of getting pregnant, would an average, just a normal woman would sleeping with 50 guys be possible? Would sleeping with 5 guys be possible? That'd be pretty dang hard. If you really think about it, if a girl's going to get pregnant and all that, 9 months, you have a child, body's got to rebuild a little bit. Would it be natural for a woman to be able to do that? Now look on the other hand. Could a man have sex with multiple different women? And would it be okay? Could it actually happen? Would it be natural? Now I'm not giving I understand the double standard here, but I'm just trying to start simple here. Could a man actually have sex with a lot of different women and father a lot of different children at the same time? If a man had unlimited money, could he make that work? Could Genghis Khan make that work? Biology-wise, could that work? Yes, it could work. Because he doesn't have to have a baby growing in him for 9 months and all that stuff. So theoretically, right, it could work. Think of biology-wise. Just think about that simply. I know we can throw in the angry feminists and all that stuff later, but just think about that logically. Is it natural? So that's just part of this. We'll loop around. We'll cover this, but those are just things to keep in your mind about the double standard, whether it's there for a reason or not. But keep that in your mind. We'll continue.
I totally agree. I think it's all about reputation, but this is kind of like what your number translates to guys.
Okay.
Everyone kind of assumes that men want a girl to have a low body count.
Right.
That is not necessarily the truth.
True.
Because if a girl has a super low body count, I think sometimes men assume then sex is super important to her, and like she takes sex so seriously, and then he's like, well, fuck. If I have sex with her, then she's gonna take it super seriously, and then she's gonna be a stage 5 clinger and turn into a stalker, and then I'm gonna freak the fuck out,
and you're gonna be latched to her.
Yeah, so guys like assume that the girl is gonna become obsessed.
I think that's a really good point. There's like pros and cons to high body counts and low body counts for girls.
Wrong.
All right, so what they're saying here, and again, I am going to entertain their thoughts. They're saying that men don't want inexperienced. They're basically claiming men don't want inexperienced women, right? Because if a girl's only slept with 2 guys, the guy's going to be like, whoa, sex is super important to her. She's going to be a stage 5 clinger. Okay, so this is actually what she means. And it's true in a sense, because I'm a guy that just wants, I don't want commitment. I think marriage is rigged and all that crap, right? So I just want sex if I'm going to be hanging out with women. Like, I don't want the commitment part. I'm not sitting there going, I'm going to meet a girl on Tinder so that I can marry her. That's not my fantasy. I'd rather sleep with her, have fun, do all that stuff, right? I'm not just going to sleep with her and kick her out, right? I still want to at least enjoy the company. But yeah, I want to sleep with her. So they're saying the guy doesn't want an experience because he's like, oh, that's a stage 5 clinger. Yeah. So a guy like me that just wants sex, it's absolutely true. If a girl's like, well, I've only had sex with one guy. Like, there's a girl right now that constantly texts me. Every time she drinks, she'll text me. She's a virgin still at 31 years old or something like that. She's, you know, we've done a few other things when we hung out 2 different times, but she's saving that for marriage. So, in that same sense, it's like, yeah, I'm sitting here weighing the pros and cons. I'm like, do I really want to hang out with her? It's like, nah, I'll get a sloppy toppy, but she's waiting until marriage, all that, right? So I'm weighing it. In that sense, it's true. A guy's like, well, she's waiting until marriage like that. I don't want that because I don't want to commit to her. I don't want to marry this girl. So in that sense, it's true. So what she's talking about is she's projecting her life with the top 10 or 20% men about what they want. And she's telling you what they want. She's projecting, this is all men, like we talk about all the time. All men want a girl that's experienced because they don't want a stage 5 clinger. When in reality, it's the guys that just want to have sex and not commit to a woman that want the girl that doesn't take sex seriously. The guy that actually wanted to start a family or he wanted to have this lasting relationship, that guy would much rather want an inexperienced woman that takes sex seriously. So when they commit to something, he knows, wow, she actually is committing to this. This is serious. So this is a huge disconnect that these women have that in reality, yeah, it's true. Oh, if I'm a girl and I'm 18 or 19 and I want the bad boy, he's not going to be with me if I don't sleep with him. True, you don't get that bad boy experience because he doesn't want the virgin. But that's why this whole society and culture is already messed up in its own way with hypergamy running rampant. But I think it's important to point out that that's what they're projecting on, is that men don't want an experience because the men that they are going for, they don't want an experience because the men that they are going for want sex without commitment. So they want the girls that have broken their pair bond. Really, really peel behind the scenes here. You know, it's like, what do you call it? The Wizard of Oz. Really get behind the curtains here. What they're really saying is that, yeah, the men that we want, the high status men that we're chasing, they don't want women that still can pair bond. Because those women that still can pair bond, they want a relationship or they want marriage. And those men aren't ready to settle down or aren't ready to commit to anyone. So those men want women that have slept with multiple men so that there no longer is attached to pair bonding. So that when I sleep with her casually, she doesn't go psycho on me. There's the disconnect there. When a majority of men, if they were actually looking for long-term relationships or children, they want the girl that can pair bond, and they want the girl that takes sex seriously. But this is the disconnect of the worlds that they live in. The men they chase want casual sex. The men that they want to settle for later down the road, we call alpha seeds, beta needs, those guys want the pair bonding woman. But remember, these women don't care about what the bottom 80% want. They care about the top 20% because that's the chase. That's the thrill. That's the, can I attain the highest status man? Can I get him to commit to me? That's that game for them.
Asked MILF Hunter, actually, what is your ideal body count if you had to ask a girl? And he said it all depends on age and relationship history.
Yes.
So if he said if you are 22 or above, that generally means that you're like out of college. It's natural and regular to have double-digit bodies. We're adults. There's nothing wrong with sex. But if I am dating her, I have to admit that I would really prefer less than 14 bodies.
Because he gave us an actual
number, which I thought was interesting. And he said men have the worst double standard when it comes to women.
Yeah.
Men will think, oh, she got fucked by John, where a strong-minded woman's gonna be like, no, I fucked John.
Right. A guy is like, I fucked this many girls, and then a girl is like, I've been fucked by this many guys.
And it's like, no, I have fucked this many guys. So he did say
Wrong.
These sorceress girls and their sorceress semantics, they don't work on me. That's what they're trying to do here. They're playing semantic word games. They don't work on me. They work on most guys. They don't work on me. Her word garbage semantics don't work on me. I caught them. Let's hear it again.
An actual number,
which I thought was interesting. And he said men have the worst double standard when it comes to women.
Yeah.
Men will think, oh, she got fucked by John, where a strong-minded woman's gonna be like, no, I fucked John.
Right. A guy is like, I fucked this many girls, and then a girl is like, I've been fucked by this many
and
guys.
it's like, no, I have
like,
fucked this many guys. So he did say,
word semantics. No, I didn't get F by that many guys. I F that many guys because I'm a queen, power queen, goddess mindset. That's right, power queen. You don't live up to my level. Get on. We don't need you. That disgusting mindset. They're sorceress semantics. No. Here's why, okay? Here's why. Like I said, a penis penetrates. This is why we talk about a man on his purpose. He goes out into the world. He penetrates the world with his focus, his mission. A man penetrates. A penis penetrates. It's outward in nature. It literally penetrates. A woman receives inward in nature. She receives a man. She gets effed by a man. If you're going to play the strap-on game, if someone wears a strap-on, you say, I'm going to F you, or you're going to take it, right? I'm going to give it, or I'm going to take it. If you're talking about two gay men, who's the pitcher, who's the catcher? Who gives and who takes? Gives, penetrate. Takes, receives. A man penis gives, penetrate. Woman vagina receives. Pink stink receives. So their wordplay semantics don't work on me. No, if a man F's you, he's penetrating, he's effing you. You can't just sit here and go, no, I did it to him. No, a man was inside of you. A man, as much as you want to play it with wordplays, it doesn't change the fact a man's inside of you. There's a difference between that. So that's what they're saying is the strong-minded women say, well, I effed a man, so therefore it doesn't matter. No, there's a difference. You know why? Because guess what? Like Genghis Khan, he can penetrate, and spread his seed to multiple different women. A woman could receive Genghis Khan, that DNA, and now she's filled up. Guess what she's got? A child. It's different. She's receiving that. She can't sit here and take another. She can't give birth to 30 children at once, like a man could literally get 30 women pregnant in one time. It's different. Your word semantics, they might work in the feminist SJW crazy universities these days. They just don't work in the real world with real sane people.
Though here's the kicker.
Oh God.
He said if she says that she's fucked like 2 guys, he said she's either ugly, super religious, or been dating the same guy since middle school, or lying.
Right.
Okay.
Or lying. Well,
Right.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Why do people get so crazy about body count when it's kind of the easiest fucking thing to lie about
Lie
in the whole world?
Lie about it.
Lie. And,
Lie.
and according to MILF Hunter, 14.
Less than 14.
So go with 13.
I was gonna say I would say between 8 and like 13, 14.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, because I know that there are probably girls listening that have in their mind, because there is no such thing as high or low body count, depends who you fucking ask, but in their mind they're like, oh my God, like mine is so high, or they have one way higher than their friends. Do not for a second feel bad about it, girls.
No.
There is nothing to feel bad about. It's part of human nature to want to have sex.
Right.
You should not feel shame about wanting to have sex.
I'm glad you brought that up, because as much as we joke, I really want to emphasize to girls that sometimes what it really just comes down to is you're dealing with a little bitch boy that's stunted by societal norms.
Oh,
when really
okay.
every girl should just be proud of your fucking body count, just like men are. Okay, we're throwing around numbers. There we go.
I mean,
come on. The point is like we're throwing around numbers like 8 and 13.
No.
Girls, we're just saying those are the numbers that will shut men the fuck up if they're going to ask.
And you know what? I'm going to give you every right
Absolutely.
to lie.
Absolutely.
Because these guys are being so hypocritical.
Yes.
For them, they can do as many as they want, but they want their little
Literally.
flower petunia to not be more than 8. And
But
it's
actually-
like, fuck off. I'm just going to lie.
So,
Everyone, just fucking lie about your body count.
You guys see the writing on the wall.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way.
Yeah, so maybe this would be a good time to talk a little bit about the double standard. Because the double standard is that men can and will brag about their numbers. So women should be proud of their number too, and you should brag about it, all that, right? Be empowered. Double standard. Come on. Well, this is where we talk about the master key versus the easy open lock. And the analogy is very simple. It's not mine by any means. Everyone's heard this. Well, most men have heard this before, is that a master key, right? You have a key right here. This is the secret key. You can open all doors. You can open all the doors to the dungeons, get the gold, get everything. The master key opens all the doors. In any video games, the master key, secret weapon. That's powerful. A key that can open all different locks is valuable. You keep the master key. Versus the easy open lock. The lock that opens for anything and anyone. Any combination you put on this lock, open. Here you go. Whatever's stored inside doesn't matter. You open me. Open sesame. Oh, big deal. Oh, just guess what 4 numbers? Yep, you're right. The lock opens. Nobody wants that lock. It's a very invaluable lock. So again, think about this. Women control sex. And they should control sex. Men should not force themselves upon women. So we can all agree women control sex unless illegally. And in those rare circumstances, heck yeah, prosecute him. That guy's a dingleberry douchebag. But women control sex. They choose who to sleep with. They choose what lock. They're the legs crossed open, right? They open up the lock and they choose what key gets inside. The master key, though, he chooses commitment. Men choose commitment. He chooses, do I want to actually marry you or not? So we both have some power in this. But when you try to tell me that a master key is of the same valuability as an easy open lock that opens anything, that's just plain nonsense. And because women can sleep with anyone, any woman, you don't believe me? You don't believe me? Brush your hair, go out to a bar. Yes, you can get laid tonight. We know that. I don't care how gross looking you are. Somebody will take you on for sex. So, that same thing's not true. I could tell any guy, all right, go out to the bar today. Go out to the bar tonight. And you'll walk home and you'll get laid. If you want to, you'll get laid. How true is that for most men? See, here's another big disconnect. A lot of women go, well, most men I know or most men I hang out with have all slept with 100+ women. So there's a double standard. Men shouldn't be able to complain about this because blah, blah, blah. Men do it too. But again, this is the disconnect, is that these women are chasing after the same 10 or 20% men because of their hypergamy. We'll cover this a little bit later. But because of their hypergamy, they're going for the top 10 or 20% of men. Meaning that these men, yes, all of these men have slept with tons of women because they can. In this day and age, they can. Those guys are the master keys. They can unlock all these different women. They're valuable. But the women that just open up to anyone is not valuable because there's no work. Any woman that thinks she's hot stuff for being able to sleep around is ignorant. That's nothing to be proud of. It's easy for women because you're the gatekeepers. You want in? Oh, here you go. Here you go. That easy. Oh, I'll pop a Tic Tac in. Boom. Now I'm on Super Saiyan mode. I'm God mode now for women because I have a Tic Tac in my mouth. I can get anything I want. Yeah, because all you have to do is open up your legs. So the double standard is that women think, well, men can do it and all that. Well, I should be able to too, but they don't understand how hard it is for the average guy to be able to do that because the average guy doesn't choose. The average guy can't just go, I want to sleep with her. Boom, I'm getting on tonight. The average woman can go, I want to sleep with him. And in most cases can make it happen because the guy's going to be like, all right, yeah, I'll put it in you for a night. That's about it. Big difference there. But let's go through.
Slow it down. I still got the feeling, baby.
All right, let's go through part by part here from what they just said here.
Whole world lie about it.
Lie. And according to MILF Hunter, 14.
Less than 14.
So go with 13.
I was gonna say I would say between 8 and like 13, 14.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, because I know that there are probably girls listening that have in their mind, because there is no such thing as high or low body count, depends who you fucking ask. But
there it is, the logic of females. There's no such thing as a high or low. There's no standard. There's no such thing as a high or low body count because it depends who you ask. If you ask Wilt Chamberlain, a famous basketball player, what a high body count is, he's going to say a couple thousand. So therefore, and you ask, Ned from across the store, he's going to say, well, if you slept with 3 people, that's high body count. So there's no standard. There's no such thing because plausible deniability, right? You could ask who you want and it'll change. That's the women's game here. However, this is just another example of when you argue with women, it's completely pointless because they argue with my feelings, my truth, right? And when women take this argument, you can't lose. She can't lose when she takes this. My feelings, my truth. I feel like I feel like. Those 3 words, watch Kevin Samuel's channel. I feel like will come out of every woman's mouth multiple times that he talks to. I feel like, therefore, it's truth, because that's the crazy society we've been brainwashed into. I feel like having sex with 100 men isn't high. Therefore, that's truth. Nobody can tell me other words. My feelings, my truth. This is the game that you can never lose. Think about this. A modern favorite technique that SJWs and women love to use is to argue emotions over logic. You hurt my feelings. You made me feel this way. You don't respect my voice. You aren't respecting my truth. Blah, 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 gibbity goo, garbage, garbage, garbage. Because just like this, she says, there's no such thing as a high body count. It depends on who you ask. My feelings, my truth, everything is subjective. It doesn't matter. It depends on who you get. Their anecdotal evidence over there, that is what matters in the world. That's truth. That's how they play this and spin this game. And the Betamon that go along with it just suck on the teat of this nonsense, and then they get played. But this whole thing, there's no such thing as a high body count. Yes, there is. And if men had standards, the standard, I think, would be around 3. I've said that before. I think around 3 would be the standard for high body count. And I'm okay if me on the other end of that, if you as a woman want to call me a slut or a player, I'm okay. I will take the label given. But there is a standard, and it's not just subjective. You slept with 1,000 people, that doesn't matter. No. It does matter when you talk about pair bonding, when you talk about all the DNA you've taken in from all these random guys, and a guy wanting to commit to you long term, and the legal system he would have to put himself through to get to that point. Yes, it all matters, but this is what they will spin. It doesn't matter. My feelings, my truth. A bunch of garbage.
In their mind, they're like, oh my God, like mine is so high, or they have one way higher than their friends. Do not for a second feel bad about it, girls.
No.
There is nothing to feel bad about. It's part of human nature to want to have sex.
Right.
You should not feel shame about wanting to have sex.
I'm glad you brought that up, because as much as we joke, I really want to emphasize to girls that sometimes what it really just comes down to is you're dealing with a little bitch boy that's stunted by societal norms.
Oh,
when really
okay.
every girl should just be proud of your fucking body count, just like men are. Okay, we're throwing around numbers. There we go.
I mean,
come on. The point is like we're throwing around numbers like 8 and 13.
No.
Girls, we're just saying those are the numbers that will shut men the fuck up if they're going to ask.
And you know what? I'm going to give you every right
Absolutely.
to lie.
Absolutely.
Because these guys are being so hypocritical.
Yes.
For
Oh, shoot. I forgot this part I wanted to talk about.
That's stunted by societal norms.
Oh,
when really
okay.
every girl should just be proud of your fucking body count, just like men are. Okay.
Okay, yeah, right there. All right, be proud of your body count, just like men are. If you're proud of your body count, just like men are, then why do you not own it? Why do you not own it? If you're so proud, if every woman should actually be proud of their body count number, then why do you tell them to lie? Why? You tell them be proud of it, but you say lie. Say it's 8 to 13. Oh, because these weak, insecure men won't understand. It's like, why though? Men are logical. Why is there an actual number that actually would get guys to be concerned? Why? Have you asked that question? Have you thought about that? Why? Why in most ancient texts do you hear a lot about female nature, and you understand about the Jezebel spirit? You understand about what can happen when a woman runs wild, when hypergamy runs wild. Why? Is it just the patriarchy's fault, or is there something to it? Is there something about the fact that as a woman, you know for a fact that if you're pregnant, you know for a fact it's your child? Think about this historically. How does a man know for a fact it's his child? There's a very big difference in that thing alone. I know some people, close to me in my life that for a bit, a woman lied about who was the father of her child because she didn't want to take the heat about who it really was. She lived a lie for a while. Came out a few years later about who the real dad really was. So there's a very real thing that men have to worry about. And paternity fraud, that's a legit real thing these days. But again, how can a man be sure? He can't, especially if a woman has been sleeping around. I'm not saying that this is the only reason why men care, but I'm saying it's a pretty dang good reason because when you look at, I wrote it down somewhere. Oh yeah. On paternity fraud, when men were worried and they got tested about paternity fraud, when they actually got tested. Now, some were worried. Some just got tested for the fun of it, for science experiments, Ancestry.com, and they realized this. But when men were tested, so either they had a reason or they did it for a fun science project or whatever. When men were tested about paternity fraud, 3 out of 10 men in the United States were not the actual fathers to the children that they were told they were fathers to. Again, that's not everything, but it is that's something right there. So there is a historical significance too about why people worried about this. And again, from the flip side, from a woman's perspective, the smartest strategy for a woman historically would be to sleep with multiple men, because if none of them know whose child it actually is, you get 5 men now protecting and providing that one child. It may be theirs, it may not be. Just think about that historically. Women gets rewarded for sleeping around. Men gets completely tarnished for a woman sleeping around because he doesn't know. You literally have 5, 7, maybe it's these 13 guys that raise the child. Look at all these options to choose from. It matters historically when you think about women giving birth and men not being able to give birth. It matters.
Throwing around numbers. There we go. I mean, come on. The point is like we're throwing around numbers like 8 and 13.
No.
Girls, we're just saying those are the numbers that will shut men the fuck up if they're going to ask.
And you know what? I'm going to give you every right
Absolutely.
to lie.
Absolutely.
Because these guys are being so hypocritical.
Yes.
For them, they can do as many as they want, but they want their little
literally
flower petunia to not be more than 8. And
but
it's
actually,
like, fuck off. I'm just going to lie.
So
everyone just fucking lie about your body count.
Everybody just lie. Everybody just lie. She said that. They both have said it multiple times. By the way, the everybody just lie. That was Sophia again on the right. I don't know if you can tell the voices apart yet. But everybody just lie. No problem. Well, here's why I have no problem saying this over and over and over again. The number one rule with women: never believe what she says. Always believe what she does. Believe her actions. Believe her behavior. Knowing all this, you must stick by this rule or you'll be burned. Never believe what she says. Always believe how she behaves. # don't believe all women. We've had if any woman gets mad at me for saying this right now, you are such an idiot, because we've seen multiple times here in this one live stream alone how many times these women have preached lying. So if anyone has a problem with what I'm saying, you're just a total idiot. Maybe on other videos I could see if I'm bringing out a left field. Yeah, never believe what she says. On this video, there's not a single thing that anyone can say about never believe what she says. It's all good advice, because women lie. People lie, but women lie.
So we've established that guys don't really ask.
Nope.
At least older guys, do girls ask guys? Because as a woman, and I am so ashamed to say this, and I will change my ways.
No, you won't, but just say it.
I've asked that question. I have definitely asked boyfriends what their body count is.
I have too.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm going to let that all play through again, but I want you to understand that we just went through, and on my screen here, it's 12 minutes of actual content. We went through 12 minutes of women complaining about men caring about body count, asking if any man asks, he's insecure. If any man asks, he's a B-boy. If any man asks, screw him. Female empowerment, that guy should never ask. Just understand. Rules for thee, but not for me.
We've established that guys don't really ask.
Nope.
At least older guys, Do girls ask guys? Because as a woman, and I am so ashamed to say this, and I will change my ways.
No, you won't, but just say it.
I've asked that question. I have definitely asked boyfriends what their body count is.
I have too. And the thing is,
in hopes that he asks back, and he never does.
You're like, why don't you care?
I'm like, so do you want to know mine? He's like,
Nope.
no.
You're like, but are you sure? He's like, don't care.
And then I'm over here like, is it 72 girls or 72 and a half? Or is it 73? You can round up.
It's so true. I know we always generalize, but I'm not going to speak for every woman in America. But I knew the two people in this fucking studio.
Yes.
Sophia and I were talking about it, and I think we have like really big issues. We all know that already.
Okay.
But one of the issues is I like... If I know that the guy I'm talking to has fucked like a specific girl, I have this sick thing where I love to pry and I want to know everything.
And it starts with like the body count.
And then it goes
from there. It like snowballs.
It snowballs and you want to know how she fucks.
Dude, I was with this guy the other day that I'm dating, and I'm pretty sure I ended up asking him about his ex-girlfriend and the size of her clit.
Yep. You texted me and then I asked the guy I was...
The size of his ex-girlfriend's clitoris.
Not her tits.
Okay.
Not her ass.
And he was like, you're crazy. I'm like, I will go get a bean from the kitchen, a pea,
a quarter,
and a grain of salt,
and a grapefruit.
And bring it, and you can fucking point to whichever one you think it is.
Sophia is texting me as I'm with the guy that's in town, and she's like, I just asked him what her clit size was. I'm like, that is such a good idea. And I turned to my guy, I'm like, do you remember the Vegas girl that you used to fuck like consistently? Can you just tell me the size of her clit? And was it on the smaller side or fatter? And do you like fatter or do you like smaller clits? And I need to know, and what would you consider mine? And they're like, what is wrong with you?
We're not even asking if she was tight. We're not even asking like if her flaps were long. It's the clit size.
And the size, and be specific and descriptive.
The thing is
love is misery. Love is miserable. I think I'll be a bachelor and I'll swing, and I won't fall in love. I'll just be loveful, be kind and good, and have fun.
Oh, I guess I better give a PSA to any of you guys that don't know this. Women are cops, know your rights. Think of this when communicating with women. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you. She was just talking about how much of a big deal she pried and made about the clit size of a guy's ex-girlfriend and the things that she was talking about. Women that get mad at body shaming, you know who the body shaming comes from? It comes from frickin' women. Women are ruthless with this stuff against each other, and then they push it on men and they make it like it's men's fault. No, women are ruthless with this. Know your rights, guys. They get into every single little detail you can think of. You've had sex with a girl, guess what? Her best friend knows in detail all about your penis. Her best friend knows in detail all about the texts you send her. If you've sent her a dick pic, her best friend has seen it. By the way, guys, never send dick pics. Never. There's no good that will ever come from sending your little turtle out there to the internet. Know your rights, guys. Your conversations, your privacy is her privacy with her friends. It's part of her soap opera entertainment, is talking about their boyfriends, their boy toys, their husbands, however they want to talk about them and think about them. That's just part of their gossip and entertainment, and they will tell all. You don't believe me? They tell all. Every embarrassing thing you can think of, they tell all. Guys don't believe me. They don't understand this. Especially guys, I want to separate this out. Okay? It's okay for a guy, standard-wise, to not want a slutty or thoughty woman. Totally okay. But most guys don't understand that if you bring that energy or attitude into a conversation with a woman or into an environment with women, you will never get the real truth. When you're totally cool, when you're totally like, yeah, this is, oh yeah, we're all human beings. Exactly what they're saying. When you chameleonize with the chameleons, you find out the truth about women, and they will tell it all. You don't have to dig in the archives of some crazy internet site. You don't have to go to textingprince.com and go in the archives. Oh, I can't believe a girl said this one time. It's like, no. When you understand women, this is content you could find anywhere you go. It just depends on what you're putting across to them about how truthful they will be back to you. That's pretty legit. There are exceptions to the rules, the unicorns that are happily married and all that stuff. You would never talk about stuff like that to the There's so few and far between, guys. You want the truth. Pretend like nothing bothers you. Pretend like with girls, you're like, no, give me more than that. Give me more than that. I know it's worse than that. Don't sugarcoat it. I don't need to sugarcoat it. I got you. I'm not going to judge you. Don't worry. You give that energy to women, they will give it to you all. All of it. And they're happy to do it. You don't think I have women in my life right now that secretly get excited to tell me things? So like, dang, I think Adam might actually put that out on the internet. That would be really funny. You don't think that? Oh, guys. They're actresses. They love the spotlight. They tell all.
We're saying body count doesn't matter. Again, I don't really give a fuck what my guy's body count is. I just ask him to torment him.
Right.
I don't really care what it is.
No, it's fun. I don't know. I mean, girls, I think a lot of girls, like I already know 2 girls on the top of my head that are my friends that would never fucking ask a guy this.
Me too.
So I do think we have problems.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I get off on like asking guys about their sexual past.
Me too.
I think it makes them really uncomfortable.
It's me being a total masochist. I already know.
Yeah. And I want it to hurt.
I want it to hurt me. I want to start crying, and that's that.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know.
Why do we do that?
I could tell you, girls. Girls wouldn't want to hear it. I could tell you everything that's wrong with you and your lifestyle, but girls don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't know, girls. Let us know.
Okay, you think that you want the guy to have a low body count. Mm-hmm. You're like, I don't want to be dating no man whore,
no
like
STDs.
Let's stop right here, guys. Let's just, again, like I said, I told you guys from the start, I will try to answer that double standard question if you still need me to at the end of this. But this whole 15 minutes and 22 seconds on my end has basically been shaping this narrative that men shouldn't care about a woman's body count. That's so stupid. If men can brag, we can brag too, right? They're all putting it on. Men shouldn't care. understand the narrative that is being created here. Men shouldn't care. Just like Kevin Samuel's channel, again, I will shout him out. I got a lot of respect for him. I know other people have other opinions. That's fine. I have a lot of respect because what he does with his channel, right, is that women have to take the dose of, oh, you've been told your entire life that what you do doesn't matter, but you've been told that by other women, feminists, in the total beta-mon cuck simp boys of your life that have no balls. You've been told that, but those 3 categories. So you believe that that is true and that nothing should matter. But what Kevin Samuels does a great job of doing is he goes, do you have any idea what men want? Do you have any idea about what men care about? Because everything in this has basically been creating the argument that if men can sleep around and that's okay, we don't care if men sleep around, then men should be okay if we sleep around too. They're projecting everything they have out onto how other people should feel. Keep this in mind, guys, as we hear the narrative shift, right? We're supposed to believe that if women are so sweet and accepting of men, that men should be accepting of women. But the reality is, I don't think any women here have ever stopped and checked themselves to ask, do men actually care about this? Do men actually care about this? Or do I just fill my head with things I want to hear so I can live the lifestyle I want to live?
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
In reality, though, maybe it's in your subconscious and you've never really realized this, but you want your guy to have a somewhat average or above average body count. You really do.
Oh my God.
I would argue above average.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
After all of this, these women freely, openly admit that they would rather have a man that is above average in body count. Above average. And they're like, yeah, for sure, I agree. Okay, remember, think about this. The opposite game, projection with women. It's holding a mirror up to them. If a woman is guilty of something, she will use a classic political technique, projection. She will accuse you of shady behavior if she is secretly acting shady. It's a mirror. So like this mirror, look inside her mirror. She is trying to project, right, that men should be actually impressed by your body count. They should be impressed, or at least they shouldn't care at all because it just made you who you are. It should just be fine because they're projecting what they want in a man, what they just said. You want a man that is above average in body count. They projected that, so they're taking all of this. Body count doesn't matter. Age is just a myth. All of that. And they're running with this story. Not once have they stopped to consider what do men actually want if they're actually going to commit to you. Not once have they asked that. They know the top 10 or 20% of men don't want a prude. They want a girl that's going to sleep around and she's going to give them sloppy toppies and all that crazy stuff. They have no clue how to get one of these men to commit to them. They run this story, oh, the top 10 or 20% just want casual sex, so they project every man should want casual sex. You should accept me for my 342 men in the past. That's nothing that made me the woman I am today. They project that because they don't care. In fact, not only do they not care, they actually get excited if a man has slept with a lot of women. They're like, oh, dang, what has he got to bring to my life? This is going to be fun. They project that onto men, and they go home believing, yes, men want a woman with a high body count. Like we had the survey here, right? Well, when we actually asked men, I'm aware that it's almost all men subscribe to my channel. Echo chamber for a reason. We actually asked men, does a woman's body count matter to men? 90% said yes, 3% said no, 6% said it depends. Over 90%, yes, it matters, it depends. These women, it doesn't matter because they're projecting their own wants and needs. I want a high status man. I want a man that's been around. I want an experienced man that can rock my world. And they go, well, then men should be happy to take me in the used up thought that I am because that's what I want in a man. They don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and people are like, what are you talking about?
It's so true.
This is a perfect example.
Go for it.
I was talking to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was super, super nice, like really successful. He was like a total nerd.
Yep.
Totally fine.
Totally fine.
Great. I love
that.
a nerd situation.
Love it.
And I was kind of into it, kind of not. Like, he just seemed a little bit boring.
Yeah.
And one night we were talking, and I was like, literally strategizing my exit plan. I'm like, this guy
How do
is
I
like,
get rid of him?
yeah, like I'm just kind of on a different page,
Right.
You know,
A different pathway.
Yes.
Hey, hey, she's a runner, she's a track star.
I'm a runner, I'm a track star.
All right, so just to follow along with her story here, she's hanging out with a guy. He's kind of nerdy. It was cute at first, but he's kind of nerdy. So what she said, she was getting together, about to break up with him. So she's bored. Women are like cats. This is the example. Think of a woman as a cat that just got a new toy. The minute the cat has figured out how the toy works, it gets bored and moves on. Curiosity killed the cat. Boredom kills the date. Boredom is when a girl knows that you're into her. Boredom is when you confess your feelings to her. Boredom is when you text her good morning and good night and all that crap. That bores her to death. If you're doing that, stop. Understand, guys, I teach defense on my YouTube channel. I teach offense on my website. I teach you actually what to do to work with women. I teach you a lot about what not to do to be a beta on here on public because most men need the defense. Some men want the offense. When you want the offense, there's a whole nother way to play it to where she never feels like she has you. Her hypergamy never feels like she has you, or else she becomes bored and then she moves on, or she starts using you for whatever she can take, and then she moves on because she is bored. What she's explaining right now is she was bored with this nerdy guy.
Pathway. And we start talking, and slowly it starts to come out. He has fucked a shit ton of girls, like over 100 girls. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, what? Where did this come from? And you know what? I ended up wanting to fuck him so badly, and I stayed there the whole night, and I was like, I am so intrigued now, and I want to have sex with this person.
That is so beautiful.
It is.
So beautiful.
It is.
The thing is, and I know it sounds fucked up, but it truly is so much hotter knowing that this guy gets pussy and he fucks, and now you're the chosen fuck, and knowing that he's a wanted entity in the social fucking world, and he's had his time, and girls have wanted to fuck him, and now he's with you. There's something sickly attractive about that.
I think there's multiple things. I think, yes, it shows that he is wanted.
Right.
And then I think people assume that the higher the body count,
right,
like the more skilled they'll be in the bedroom, which is not true.
No, it's not.
But you just kind of automatically think that. So I'm sitting here being like, oh, is this guy like a sex god?
Does he have that
he's done
good
it.
dick?
Yeah, he's done it over 100 million times. He should know. And then there's this sick part of me that likes the challenge.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, okay, I want to set myself apart from these broads. Let's fucking get into the bedroom.
Yeah, you gotta have like a competition here. It's like, that sounds really fucked up.
It's so immature.
But no, but it's true. It's like, oh, he's fucked so many girls, I want to be the best.
Girls always love the fuck boy.
Right.
It's like similar to that. Like,
it is.
You kind of want to know that he has a fuck boy past.
And a fuck boy dick.
Yeah, and you're like, ew, he's disgusting. What a fuck boy, but low
on that low
savage.
I
and
want
like,
you
he
inside
knows.
of me.
Yes.
It's true.
Use a hoe. Use a hoe. I said that use a hoe. But I love her though. She belongs to the street. So sad, so sad, so sad. That chicken chose chose. She belongs to the street. You might have said you love that girl, but she belongs to the gang. And when she with me, I let her do her thing.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way.
All right, so all the complaints that these women were making was really a selfish, solipsistic argument they were making for why you should not judge them, because they love the men they get around. They love the men they get around. Guys, I've had some drama in my life when people found out about what I do now, from the innocent school teacher to, oh, this guy teaches men how to get laid. All right, I've had some hiccups, no doubt, but I would be lying if I hadn't said I've had some curiosity sex since then. I've had women that have basically gone, oh, I always kind of knew you were kind of a player. I'm kind of good. I didn't know. Now I want to test it out. I've had the curiosity sex nowadays because of this. For that same reason, she was totally uninterested in this guy. And then she found out that this guy had slept with over 100 women. And then she's like, oh, gosh. Well, wait a second. What? Wait. Now I got to try it. She was ready to break off with him. And then she's ready to go, I got to try this out. I did see in the comments, some guys go, well, shoot. Now if you're a man, start telling women you slept with a lot of now if you're a man, tell women you've slept with a lot of women. That's game in itself, guys. How you display that without overly displaying it. Because the guys that basically say they're upfront, right? They're straightforward with women, which is not how women communicate. Yeah, I'm good with women. That's what I expect, right? Guys that actually say it are phonies. And women go, that didn't feel right. A guy that goes, yeah, I've slept with 100 girls. And a girl doesn't, if she knows that's a lie, she'll sniff it out on you. You're a phony. So it's more like the guys that have slept with over 100 women, or the guys that are good with women, they're able to give off that vibe without pushing it in their face. No one on this stream knows my body count. Nobody on this stream knows my body count. There's only one person in this world that knew my body count besides myself, and that was years ago when he knew my body count, and I haven't told anyone since. Nobody knows my body count. But the women that I interact with, I don't need to force it in their face. Literally the way that I text them, they go, oh, this guy is... They don't know what to say, but they think this guy's got a bunch of women. This guy's got things going on. This guy's busy. This guy, I want to spend time with. It doesn't matter which of those little arcs it puts it in. She gets the feeling that this guy has experience or he's high value by the way you communicate with them. Not by saying I've had sex with 100 girls, because guys that have had sex with 100 girls, it's a stupid thing to say. You wouldn't let that spill out, because well, to me, there are some guys that are like, yeah, I've had sex with 100 girls, and they're like, all proud of that. It's like, I think it's much more powerful to allude to that with your knowledge or with the way you deal with situations. And then she gets that feeling. She's like, this guy. And then she's interested. Then she's curious. So in a way, for guys to understand, if you're, good with women, it's not that you try to hide it, because women don't get scared of that. They're like, oh, dang, what's he about? But if you try to flaunt it, women sniff that out on you, because a lot of guys try that. Guys try everything to get laid. Guys try everything. They try being the sweet guy. They try being the cocky guy. They try doing this. You can't necessarily fake it if you don't know the situations that you're in and the ways to put yourself about. But if you understand this about women, you understand that they get attracted to a guy that has experience because let's go. Actually, let's see here.
I still got the feeling, baby.
All right, let's see. This is how they get this feeling.
Pathway. And we start talking, and slowly it starts to come out. He has fucked a shit ton of girls, like over 100 girls. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Where did this come from? And you know what? I ended up wanting to fuck him so badly, and I stayed there the whole night, and I was like, I am so intrigued now, and I want to have sex with this person.
You know why? Because we talk about this. First, one of the things that women test for, what they want in a man, is your options or popularity among women. How can you be sure something's valuable? If it is highly sought after by others, it must be valuable. This is flip side. This is part of the double standard. Why is it okay for men to sleep around and not for women? Because men want something different than women want. Women's whole game, think about this, biology-wise, a woman's whole game is, dang it, I might actually get to, no, I'm going to get to this later. I'm going to get to this later. There's a lot to cover. But we'll factor in why this matters. But understand, first off, your popularity or your options among women is attractive. Women use this to gauge who's attractive. All right? Just like that, your options and popularity among women, it's like an Amazon review. People's reviews give you a good idea of the quality of the experience. Even like she said, right? If a guy slept with 100 women, why did these 100 women sleep with him? Because again, at some base level, women understand it's easy for women to get sex. It's harder for men. So her whole game plan is, what man can I get that has beat the video game? He's at the final boss, and I want to be the princess that gets to, ride off with him in the sunset. So her clues to you being that prince in shiny armor is a lot of other women want you because all women want high status men. But that's different. The slut around town, no guy's like, oh my God, I can't wait to wife her up. Oh my God. They're like, ooh, I wonder what it'd be like to sleep with her. And that's it. There's a huge difference because men don't want the, oh, is this paternity fraud? Is she going to be loyal to me? Men are protective of what is theirs. They want to protect and provide for what is theirs. If you're with a woman, you don't know if she's yours, that totally throws you off. I'm supposed to protect and provide for this woman. She's supposed to be mine, right? It's a possessive instinct almost for men, but that's the difference there. Women want the guy that is sought after by a lot of women, or by a lot of women, because they go, this guy's valuable. If I can get one seed inside of me for 9 months that I'll be pregnant, I want that seed of that high status guy. How do I know he's high status? Because every other woman wants him. The Amazon reviews are in. He's a 4 or 5 star guy, and lots of people have tried him out. Good. Boom. I only have one shot at this next 9 months. I want his baby inside of me. Very simplified versus the other guy. My job as a guy is to protect and provide. I want the woman that is going to be mine, that I can protect and provide for her and her children, my family. I don't want the woman that might be sneaking around sleeping with all these different men. I don't want that because I'm risking everything I'm protecting and providing for something that might not be mine. It's opposite mating strategies. Women want the guy that's able to provide. How do they know that? Because he's wanted by all these other women. Men want the guy that doesn't, he doesn't want to share what he's protected and provided for with everything else. So man doesn't want women that slept around with a bunch of other people. It could be someone else's child I'm raising.
Is so beautiful.
It is.
So beautiful.
It is.
The thing is, and I know it sounds fucked up, but it truly is so much hotter knowing that this guy gets pussy and he fucks, and now you're the chosen fuck, and knowing that he's a wanted entity in the social fucking world, and he's had his time, and girls have wanted to fuck him, and now he's with you. There's something sickly attractive about that.
I think there's multiple things. I think, yes, it shows that he is wanted.
Right.
And then I think people assume that the higher the body count,
right,
like the more skilled they'll be in the bedroom, which is not true.
No, it's not.
But you just kind of automatically think that. So I'm sitting here being like, oh, is this guy like a sex god?
Does he have that
he's done
good dick?
Yeah, he's done it over 100 million times. He should know. And then there's this sick part of me that likes the challenge.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, okay, I want to set myself apart from these broads. Let's
Yes,
fucking get
go.
into the bedroom.
Yeah, you gotta have like a competition here. It's like, that sounds really fucked up.
It's so immature.
But no, but it's true. It's like, oh, he's fucked so many girls. I want to be the best.
Girls always love the fuck boy.
Right.
It's like similar to that. Like,
It is.
you kind of want to know that he has a fuck boy past.
And a fuck boy dick.
Yeah, and
that's
you're
been
like,
sucked.
ew, he's disgusting. What a fuck boy, but low
on that low,
savage.
I
and
want
like,
you
he
inside
knows.
of me.
Yes.
It's
Okay, so big difference here. Why do women want that? Why do women see the opposite is true for men? Men don't want the girl that slept with 50 different guys because he's like, God, do I have to compete with all these different guys? Is she ever going to be mine? And people go, oh, that's an insecure way of looking at it. But the opposite way is where women go, all 50 other women want him. He must be mine. That right there is solipsism. That is the solipsistic nature of women, which explains so much of everything else going on, which explains why this happens over and over and over again. Because women believe that they are the center of the universe, and they have to believe this in a sense to be able to procreate, because women can give birth. They have to believe that they are the be-all, end-all, because back in the day when tribes were fighting war and they had a husband or whatever, and men conquered other men and then they took the wives, that wife needed to go, look at me, I'm such a hot prize. She needed to be able to detach her emotions from her previous husband that just got mauled and slaughtered, and now she has to reacquaint herself to the highest status man that just came into her life for survival. Well, this guy is big and strong. He just beat up my ex-husband. Stockholm syndrome. I better submit to him. Now he's my new leader. He's my new breadwinner. He's my new protector and provider. That's solipsism. So women have to believe that they're the center of the universe so that if a man dies, I can move on, and then guess what? They can actually give off their genes to the next generations. They can live with themselves, the guilt and all that stuff from their ex-relationship. It's just science in a simplified version of this. That's solipsism. She's the center of her own universe. She doesn't take responsibility for anything because it's never her fault. She's a goddess. She's hot stuff. That is why men come in and conquer her ex-husband to be with her. She's all encompassing. She is the goddess, the queen mindset. She's super hot. Solipsism. If this guy wants 50 other women, it doesn't matter. He wants me most because I'm the best. I'm the center of the universe. People get shocked about why women constantly go back to their bad boy boyfriends and get their heart broken. It's like, how can you not see he was so bad for you compared to the beta man over here that was giving you everything in his life? How can you not see this? You're stupid, girl. Why would you do this? Her solipsism. She believes she is the hottest in the world. Watch Kevin Samuels' channel. They all believe they're the hottest in the world. It doesn't make sense until it makes sense. When it makes sense, it all makes sense. It's solipsism. So you have that, mix that with competition and anxiety. All these other women wanted him. I want him to choose me over all of these other women. That makes me feel special. I'm the center of the universe. That's how it should be. So he should choose me. That is why women will risk it all for the guy that they think that they can attain. That's like, dude, you had no chance. They believe in their mind. They're super hot stuff. It doesn't help with all the simps inflating their egos on online dating and all that stuff. But that's how this happens. And the competition and anxiety part is why when you live with a girl, when you move in with her, other than common law, which can bite you in the butt for sure, legally, living with a woman can bite you in the butt. But even if we took that out of the equation, because it's not in all places that can happen, when you live with a woman, that competition anxiety subsides. She starts to see you in your everyday, and she goes, oh, this guy's just a normal human being. Oh, he doesn't have women beating down his door for him. Oh, he looks like that in the morning. Oh, he looks like that when he doesn't shave for a few days. And then you start to become real. You become realistic to her. The competition anxiety subsides, and she goes, this guy's not that good anyway. So when you live with a woman, not only do you have common law potentially coming into your, legal area, but now you lose out on the competition anxiety of her going, what's he up to right now? Well, she knows because she looks over and you're snoring next to her, farting in bed. The competition anxiety is gone at that point. But the girl that's like, what's he up to? You could be snoring, farting in bed, but she doesn't live with you. She doesn't know that. The mystery's still there. She's still intrigued. So a lot of these things make sense about things we talk about, but overall, it all makes sense. It all makes sense about why this happens. It's just more odd that other people can't see it.
True. I want to go back to the point you made, though. We can wrap it up here. The body count doesn't always mean good in bed. And I think that was such a good point because there are so many girls that may have only had sex with 2 guys. And yes, some guys are going to be freaked out by it. But imagine if that girl, one of the guys that she dated was the biggest fucking freak and taught her so much, and therefore, let's say fucking Shannon over here is gonna be a way better bitch in bed as opposed to fucking Francesca, who's the class slut that has like 100 bodies and it's all average sex.
Quality.
Shannon.
By the way, guys, there's definitely gonna have to be some of these going on, guys. I was head shaking a bunch. So this is just the drinking game part, guys. Anytime you shake your head, you drink. And I realized I was doing this a lot. I'm like, no way, they're not saying this. Are they saying this? I've heard this multiple times. They're still saying this? I'm still shocked. The disappointed in society drink. So anytime you're shaking your head like, no way, come on. Did they really say that? Yes, they did say that, and you got to drink for that. Let me get this Byron Buxton sexy jersey up front again. Boom. That's good enough. Okay, so let's talk about some of this here. Let's talk about, man, here we go. Let's talk about some of the pros and cons here. So really think about this, about the pros and cons of a woman's body count. Just think about this as we kind of end this stream here. What are the pros and cons of her having a high body count? So we have here, here's the danger. Even what these girls said is, even if a girl slept with 2 guys, maybe the second guy was an absolute freak and rocked her world. So even if she's only slept with 2 guys, it doesn't mean she's bad at sex. Yeah, fair. But here's the danger, guys, of women tasting the alpha buffet. So because of social media, online dating, and other things like that, thoughts are able to connect with and hook up with lots of alpha men. Remember, hook up just means sleeping with, not getting married, not getting commitment. Maybe some of them get a steady hookup for a couple weeks, but it's not commitment, marriage, which most women want. So what happens, here's the problem, is that women develop these unreasonable expectations. So because thoughts can taste the highest status men, they believe with their solipsistic nature that they can get all these men to commit to them. That's just what they believe. If I really wanted to, I could have got him to commit to me. Even when they know it's not true. If I really wanted to, I could have made Adam commit to me. Not a chance. I could tell everyone, not a chance. Still got women that text me like, Adam, now that the quarantine happened, have you considered settling down? It's like, no, not a chance. Stop this. Not a chance. So they believe that they deserve commitment from these men. So here's a sad ending. She compares you to her alpha X-Men. Because thoughts have sampled the best of the best, they have created a mega ideal partner in their head. As their own value diminishes, her expectations from men actually get higher and higher because the more men she dates, solipsism, every man wants me, I'm super hot stuff. The more men she dates, the more she just elevates her own standards. This guy had $75,000 a year. That guy has $125,000. That guy has $150,000. It just goes up and up. Solipsism. She thinks she can attain any guy that she sleeps with. So, who are the X-Men? Who are they? They are the mutants that possess unique and rare gifts most normal men don't have. A lot of little traits about these guys. And again, it doesn't matter. Call her Daddy Alex came out now that she dated Thor, Noah Syndergaard, a professional baseball player, stud pitcher. It's been said she dated some other hockey player that I don't really know much about because I'm not as much of a hockey guy. But the idea, right, is that they date these certain men that have things that other normal average men that are actually in a woman's actual playing field for commitment wise, married wise. This girl's a 6. She could probably get a 6 on the scale to marry her. Those men don't have these X-Men mutant, personas that they're used to from the cock carousel. When they're able to sleep around with these guys, they're like, oh, this guy's, I could get him to commit if I really wanted to. So they believe that these higher status guys would be like, yeah, I would commit to you. If I really wanted to make him do it, he would commit to me. So they believe that they can get this commitment. And what she just talked about there was, it could be a girl that slept with 2 guys, but that guy might have rocked her world. Well, guess what? If that guy rocked her world, then he could have been a Nightcrawler, a Yoga Chad. All right, this is one of the type of men, one of the many that women will meet on that CC, the cock carousel. So his gifts, he's the agility of an Olympic gymnast, Nightcrawler. He has the flexibility to contort his body in ways normal men can't. So all of the different sex positions, the crazy sex positions that a normal Ed wouldn't give her, Nightcrawler, Yoga Chad here, oh, he twisted her body in all these crazy contortions. Oh my gosh, I can't forget Yoga Chad. Well, along with that, she's got, pickup artist Chad. This is Gambit. My man Gambit here. All right, his gifts. He has the ability to put people in a hypnotic charm and known to be a real ladies' man. Just like these women talked about before. Once they realize, wow, this guy's wanted by a lot of women, something about him, it's like, ooh, I love it. I love the way he just doesn't give me the time of day when I ask for it. That's so hot. He's a man of standards. He's a man of principles. He's a man of abundance. Gambit, pickup artist Chad. But Ed, the normal Ed guy, goes, you're such a queen. Oh, I'm so happy to spend time with you. Can't wait to see you Friday. To that guy, he's ready to protect and provide for her world. He's excited. But she gets that text and she's like, ugh. He's not pickup artist Chad, though. He doesn't have the same charm as pickup artist Chad that I met on Tinder. She meets Gambit Bad Boy Chad. All right, a highly skilled thief that has a desire for stimulation and adventures. She's got the guy that wants to push the boundaries. I'm thinking about, there's a couple women right now that I know for a fact, they've told me, Adam, that was the first time I've ever done that, where at my old apartments, I used to like to take a girl out back on my balcony and take her doggy style. Sorry for the graphic, whatever, it's not for kids anyway. But I would take her doggy style outside on my balcony because there's a bunch of other apartments all around. And that was part of the stimulation. I just love the rush. It's like, let's do it. I don't care if I see that neighbor in the morning. See if he knows that's me. Stimulation. That's exciting. I've had a lot of women go, man, I've never had someone that wanted to do that to me, like you, Adam. The bad boy Chad. It doesn't have to be the super celebrity in your own hometown, in your own local area. The bad boy Chad, he likes stimulation. He likes adventures. Women get off on that. It sticks with them. And along with this, right, we got Gambit. He's Playboy Chad. He likes to gamble and take risks. If you do, it'll trigger Playboy Chad. If you don't, she misses Playboy Chad. She misses the risk taker. Stimulate my emotions. throw it all on Black 32 on roulette. What a high we can get together living off of Playboy Chad. These are the type of men that women encounter when they're on that CC, just dating around, finding themselves eat, pray, love, like the women from Sex and the City. But the problem is they taste these alpha X-Men that would not commit to them, but they love the stimulation, the emotions that these men would give these women.
Quality versus quantity.
It's
like,
true.
Girls, if you want to run around and spread those legs and just fucking squirt all over every dick you come across, absolutely
bounce around.
Do it.
Literally
yes.
and figuratively.
Bounce from dick to dick. Have him fucking bounce you onto someone else's. I totally support you, but if you're looking for quality sex, I know for me personally, I need to like do it with the same person multiple times.
The more comfortable you get with someone, you're going to learn how to come with them, and then you're coming every time. And then you're going to come while you're doing a handstand, and then you're going to come while you're on the fucking shower head while he's banging you in your butthole. Like, those are the little tiers up that you get when you have more consistent sex with someone. Do you know what I mean? So it feels like, right.
You lost me a little bit.
Like on the shower head butthole. Right. But you got where I was going.
Yes. People just need to stop even talking about body count.
Yeah, we're done.
Because honestly, it's like you can either lie. It does not stretch out your pussy, as I found out this morning, the anatomy of a vagina.
Rock the world.
And it does not make you better in bed.
No.
Exactly like what you said. If you had one sexual partner who was a total freak, and they taught you all their shit, you can now be a freak.
Literally, you can be the biggest freak. That's such a good point. So guys, body count.
We're not talking about it anymore.
We're done. And if you ask anyone what their body count is, unless it's your friend, then you're a fucking loser.
And if you ask your boyfriend, because you just need to know, he's lying to you.
He's lying to you.
And if you ask your girlfriend,
she's
because you
lying
need to know,
to you.
she's lying.
Boom.
Great.
We're all liars.
If you want to
here.
hear a lie, then
go for it. Ask away.
Fun.
Fucking pussies. Okay.
But I love her though. She belongs to the street. So sad, so sad, so sad. That chicken chose. She belongs to the street. You might have said you love that girl, but she belongs to the gang. And when she with me, I let her do her thing.
All right, let's talk about the pros versus cons. Man, I gotta pee, but I'm gonna hold it in for now. The pros versus cons. Does body count matter? Let's hear it from these girls.
Slow it down. I still got the feeling, baby.
Okay. So, oh wait, why don't I have that in order though? Oh, I do. I just had it twice. Okay. All right. I am trying to figure out now, right? From this point on, listen to how she ends this here. But I'm trying to understand the pros versus cons of a woman's body count. I'm going to give you the cons in just a moment, but think about this. What she's closing with. This is what I don't understand why a lot of women don't do this, or I guess it's the same with that total blue-pilled Betamon dating coach. I did that, he was talking about red pills wrong. He had no logic either. But I'm trying to figure out what would be the pros of what they're saying here as far as a girl sleeping around. Remember, I'm going to give you the cons in a moment. I'm sure you all have your own cons in your head. But what would be the pros of a woman sleeping around?
Yes. People just need to stop even talking about body count.
Yeah, we're done.
Because honestly, it's like you can either lie. It does not stretch out your pussy, as I found out this morning, the anatomy of a vagina.
Rock the world.
And it does not make you better in bed.
No.
Exactly like what you said. If you had...
Okay, so like you said, it does not make you better in bed. So what are the pros of her body count? If, like they just said there, you could have a super high body count and it doesn't make you better in bed, So I'm trying to figure out for women, give me any woman, even whoever, either the woman or the beta male feminists that gave me the dislike on this video, tell me, what is a pro of a woman sleeping around? Tell me what the pro is. These women already told me and all of us that they like a man with an average or above average body count. They want a man that knows what he's doing. They've given the pros of that. Women can give the pros of a man that knows what he's doing and give her an orgasm, all the different things he can rock her world emotions-wise. What, from a man's perspective, is there a single pro of a woman sleeping around or having a high body count? Is there a single pro of that? Other than the men that just want casual sex. Is there a single pro of a man that wants or values commitment with a woman? Any pro of a woman sleeping around, giving her body away to other men? That's the question. Because if a woman finds it valuable that a man has slept with 100 women, then okay. Why? Women can't complain if women actually find that attractive. The man knows what he's doing. But find me men that want to commit to a woman that think a high body count is good. Find me those men that are not the exceptions to the rules. Find me a majority of those men that are talking about, yeah, we love when women are getting banged by Chad and Tyrone. The women admitted they like the guys that do this. We knew that. But find me a man that likes that a woman does this. Because all these women will give you is shaming language about, well, this man's insecure. He has a small penis if he doesn't like that you slept around. Find me a pro with a woman sleeping around. I can find you many pros with a man sleeping around. It completely shortcuts the cycle for women. They go, this guy's has high status. I don't have to do the work. All these other women did the work for me. I have not found a pro with a woman sleeping around with a man that actually wants to commit to a woman. So right here, we have this right here is setting us up for the timeline of what actually happens in the world, right? How this plays out. So a woman wants to experience all the alphas in her early years, the Chad and Tyrones, the guys that give her, the yoga Chads, all the crazy guys that give her all these crazy experiences, right? During her most valuable time, when she's young, she's fit, she's able to give, healthy children to her man. Then she expects to settle with the Betamon when she can no longer compete for the looks and attention with younger women during her declining years. Because again, right, all these women say men don't want a prude. The men they're talking about are the high-value men on the cock carousel. So when these top men go, yeah, well, now you're 30, I don't want you anymore because you're not that attractive. I want the 21-year-old, right? These men keep going for the younger women. These women at some point go, well, I experienced the alphas. Well, now I want a good man, right? I want a man that forgives me for my past. I want a man that sees past my 3 baby daddies, and he's going to come in and be the father of the year for my 3 children that don't respect him. That's what these women want in this game. When he doesn't cheat on you, he loves you unconditionally, pays all your bills, and treats you like a prince, and it shows a woman wanting to beat up on him. Accurate. That's actually accurate, other than the women that met these men before their 3rd body count. Those women then actually respect that or appreciate that. In my opinion, could be wrong, but the women that I see that are happy, the ones that don't screech at my videos, because they have no reason to screech. They're happy. They have their family. They have their husband. They have their things going on. So that's how it starts, right? So again, hypergamy simplified. A woman wants the highest status man that she can attain to protect and provide for herself and her children past her future. This right here, hypergamy, no problem. Makes sense. Makes sense. War brides, man comes in, conquers other man. Dang, it makes sense. This guy is now the high status man, right? My husband's gone. It makes sense for survival, she's going to go for the highest status man or the guy that can protect and provide for her. All right? Makes sense. No problem. But monkey branching. Oh, shoot. My bad. Betamon. Betamon. You know, we needed a Betamon in there anyway, but I meant to press this one. Okay, so monkey branching. Why this happened? So again, think about this. Woman dates around. She wants a high status man to protect and provide for her. So monkey branching, why this happens and why this is important. This is going to go back into why this is a double standard. Why men can sleep around and why women can't. A woman will start to openly look for new branches when she feels she can do better or she has the fear of missing out. So a woman is with this guy and this guy loves her. This accountant over here that has slept with 2 women, he loves her. She's slept with 55 different guys. And she's like, this guy's kind of boring now. He doesn't get me excited. He doesn't check me. He doesn't put me in my place. So when this woman feels that she can do better. Well, this guy is simping for me. This guy's saying you're my everything. This guy's praising her. She feels at that point that she can do better because she's like, this guy's all mine. He's putty in my hand. So then what happens is she goes, well, if I think I can do better, like those alphas on the cock carousel that I was sleeping with, I better try for it now before it's too late. Bails on this guy, keeps him as a back burner, goes back on that cock carousel, chasing the thrill that she thinks she can get. And here's the problem. Modern hypergamy isn't realistic. It wouldn't be a problem if it was her true value, but this is the problem. Because of how easy it is for women to get dates and sex, her hypergamy inflates her standards. Because any woman can go to any bar right now, open up her legs, and get sex or get dates going, hey, I'll sleep with you, but you better take me out first. The guy's going to be like, okay, I'll take you out. She can get dates and sex from any Betamon she wants. Because of that, she starts to believe that these men, this guy was all over me. He made $80,000 a year. I can attain that. I should look for better. That's her biological programming. That's why hypergamy running rampant is a problem. So then she goes, well, this guy's nothing. I can do better. Be gone, peasant. I want my prince. Okay, so remember this. Hypergamy isn't romantic. Hypergamy is strictly looking out for her best interests. Even if she loves you, you aren't immune to this. Even if she says you're the greatest guy in the world. Guys, when I was a total Betamon, I got that all the time. I'm the greatest guy in the world. Any girl would be lucky to have me as a friend. That hypergamy is not romantic. It doesn't matter what you tell her. I could do anything for you. I could give you anything you want. That doesn't matter. Hypergamy is running in the background. And if she believes she can do better, she's naturally going to want to move on. So if you're being a Betamon simp, going, oh man, I like you so much, she's going to want to move on. The girls that I keep in a rotation for years at a time, I'm not stupid. They're still dating around or seeing other men, but they never believe that they have me. I'm always that constant chase that they are wondering, do I have him? Do I not? I don't know. Because she's always in limbo with me, she never gets rid of me. She's always like, I really want to get him. I want to make him mine. Solipsism. I want Adam to fall in love with me. So how you play it matters in all these aspects. How you texture matters in all these aspects. Everything you're doing feeds into this hypergamy, and it makes her act in a certain way. That's why I say it again, guys. I'm not only here for defense. I understand the offensive game better than anyone. I understand what you need to do, how you need to display yourself, all that. But what I found out is most guys have no idea about the defense, and so I don't want guys to go in with the offense and go, That worked, and then all of a sudden they get suckered by the Venus flytrap, the woman that's just like suckering a guy in, and then she just owns him. Defense is the most important part. You need to know the defense, but there's definitely offense to all of this stuff. All right, this is the curse of hypergamy. Hypergamy's dark side. This is when hypergamy goes wrong. As a woman dates around, her hypergamy will never settle for a man that she already knows she can get, right? So this guy up here, the doctor, is a total beta man. He spent all of his years getting ahead in life and school. I'm going to get A's in all my classes. Now he can provide her the perfect life. But he's a beta man because he goes, anything for you. Because of that, even though this doctor totally is out of her world, that doctor that simps for this girl, she now goes, oh, $150K a year? That's nothing. I deserve better because that doctor simped for me. I can do better. This is hypergamy's dark side. As she dates around, her hypergamy never settles for a man that she already knows she can get. So by the time she meets a man that should be a great fit for her, she sees him as below her, lesser, and she takes him for granted or ignores him. So when we talk about the Alpha X-Men, here's another way to put it. He's a stud man, the top 10 or 20%, the Chatter Tyrone. He controls all. So these few stud men, top 10 or 20% of men, have lots of social IQ. And they have lots of women competing after them. This means that the stud man has way more competence and a higher social IQ because he sits at the top of the food chain. So this is less than 20%, 10 or 20% of men, right? They have all this social IQ. Remember how important social IQ is with hypergamy. If a woman believes socially she has you, she moves on to her next option. These stud men can get anything. They can get anyone. So their abundance mindset wins every single time. These men go, all right, well, I have all these women competing after me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So these women constantly chase these high status men, never being fulfilled.
Thank you very much.
And these men just want all these women to sleep around because it's easier for them. Yeah, keep sleeping around. Equal empowerment, sexual liberation. You go, girl. Coming to my place Tuesday night at 10:35. I'm busy until then. I'll get you 10:35 until, I'll let you spend the night, but you got to be out the next day pretty early. They can live on that schedule because these men can do whatever the heck they want. He controls everything because he has a higher social IQ than these women, meaning that he never lets her hypergamy believe that she has him. If her hypergamy never believed that she has him because his social IQ is way above hers, she's always chasing. She's always going for the bad boy that breaks her heart. Over and over and over and over again, the story lives on until men wake up. Remember this guy? He doesn't settle. Because these men have the pick of the litter, they have no reason or urge to settle down with just one woman. This means that even the highest social IQ woman will always be chasing an unfulfillable dream. Think about this again, right? When women, the Caller Daddy girls came in saying, I know, all of the men I know have slept with over 100 women. If they can do it, I can do it too. But that's because these men with these high body counts go, I don't want any prude. Guys, when I'm hanging out with a woman, I don't want a prude. I'm talking right now scientifically about society, about what's going to happen in the future. I don't want this to happen to society, but in a individual sense, when I'm hanging out with women, I don't want a prude. I want a girl that's been around. I want a girl that can give me amazing sloppy toppy, keep me engaged. I want a girl that can keep me on my toes because it's so rare that happens anymore. So I want a girl that keeps me engaged. I want this girl, come on, bring it at me. So these women believe, all men want this. This is what all men want. So I should be able to do this and it's no problem. Not realizing that 80 to 90% of the men don't want that. They want something more serious. They want something more committed. And now by women sleeping around, they're ruining this shot because of their body count being high, and now their pair bonding being low, and now them always being looking out for the next best thing, the fear of missing out, the monkey branching. All because of this cycle right here. And this is what happens, the results of broken heart cycle. Most women compete tirelessly for the few men that have a higher social IQ. These men will give these women false hope and end up creating jaded alpha widows. They're just jaded by men. This man did it to me. He played me so I can play other men. And then it just feeds down the cycle in societies where it's at. Is it men's fault? Is it women's fault? I'm not putting the blame on any particular source here. I'm being a scientist telling you where it's at right now. Yeah, the top 10 or 20% of men are really screwing it up for the rest of them. On the other side, you go, well, if I was the top 10 or 20% of men, I would be doing the same thing. So who am I to blame? All these women are chasing these high status men. They're blaming these men for everything. And all these other guys down here are blaming all the women for everything. Who's to blame? I don't know. I don't care. I'm just telling you where it's at. I'm telling you what's going on right now, and be prepared for that. But this is what happens. The broken heart cycle. Again, guys, I don't think you, maybe you do, but I'm saying you guys got to understand how powerful this is. I'm not special. Most women, if you guys see my text exam, and in fact, VIP members, I did a 35-minute, I've told you guys before, I got it all finished and I'm ready to upload it probably in the next couple days here. 35-minute text explanation where I talk you through how I started with a woman, how I got her to text me, and how I got her to play into my frame here. It's because when you understand that when you have a woman, she'll compete after you, it's, I don't even know how to explain it. There's certain rules for certain caliber. When you get to a certain level and you just go, you understand, it's very simple. It's like women want a guy that has the power in a relationship, the social IQ over them. When that happens, a lot of rules go out of the window because it's like I send her something and I see by the way she responded, I have her. I can't always exactly, tell you exactly why I know I have her right here. But this is just as real as I can get about the game. When a man is a higher social IQ than a woman and he knows he has her, he's like, she's eating out of my hand. The difference is most women are sitting at that spot with most men without having to do any work. And they're like, oh, I have this guy. He's eating out of my hand. But it's all about power dynamics. It's all about the power balances in the relationship. Some guys go, oh, that's such BS, the power. It's like, no, it's 1000% true, because some girls, it takes me 4 messages. Other girls, it might take 4 weeks of responding really slowly back and forth. But the minute that she sends something and I just know, I feel it, I get it, and I go, she just gave me all the power. In my head, I go, she's chasing after me forever on out. For the next 20 years, if she wants me, she's chasing after me. That's how women feel on the opposite end. When a guy gives away his power, she's like, for the rest of time being with this guy, he's chasing after me. I won't settle for less. That's just human psychology. I don't know how else to put it besides that. But at a certain point, it gets that simple. It's like, oh, I see that I have the power in her. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to rush. I can take 3 days to text her back, and she'll text me back because I have the power. And women love the men that have the power. When you get to that point, it's a different game. It's a different ballpark, because you understand the power balances, and then you can take in the power and give some back, or you can take more when it's getting from you. I don't even know how to compare it at this point. It's just, I could compare it to something. I know I could, and I have to think about this more. But it becomes a very simple game of, you gave me the power, now you're chasing for forever on out. When you get to that level with men or women, when you give them a little bit of power and they know it, they go, you're screwed. That's why with certain guys, I go, if you totally simped and you just gave her all your power in a certain way you did it, it's like, dude, we can maybe turn this around, but stop it. Start with a new girl because there's so much power balances, dynamics you have to go through right now. Forget her and move on. Power balances are huge. They're everything in this. And it's simply, does this girl feel it on me? Do I have more power? Does she? That's why it doesn't matter if this girl's an Instagram model or famous by all the other people. In a one-on-one interaction, do you have more power? Does she? That's why if you are a high-status man on every account of it, but you have no game, she doesn't care. You don't just automatically win because she interacts with you and she goes, oh, I have the power on this guy. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter how great you would be for her life. She's like, yeah, this guy's a beta man. I don't want him. That's just how it works. It's just how it works. So that comes back all the way to the curse of hypergamy. If a woman dates around her, hypergamy will never settle for a man she already knows she can get. So by the time she meets a man that should be a great fit for her, she sees him as lesser and takes him for granted or ignores him. This is where I want to kind of wrap up with part of the double standard, right? Women have already told us in this that women find value in a man that has slept around, a man that has an above average body count. They've told you that. They have told you that. That's their standard. If that changes, fine. For now, that's their standard. That's what women want. They want the highest status man that they can attain to protect and provide for them. One of the ways that they see status is this guy is able to sleep around with a lot of women. That's how they judge status. So that is what women want. On the flip side, men don't want a woman that has been passed around by a lot of different women if they are going to commit to them, which is in the man's control. Man commits to a woman with long-term or marriage, woman opens up her legs for sex. So when women really stop back and think about it, they don't want to swallow this pill because they've been dancing around, sleeping around. I saw in the comments earlier when someone said, oh, dang, 3 women or else you're not going to settle down with her. Good luck finding that. Yeah, that's why I sit here and talk about MGTOW now. I've seen the light. I understand this now. And I go, oh, the amount of women left to make that work with this legal system, it's so few and far between. I wouldn't wish any guy to hunt for that. It's so unobtainable at a certain point. That's why when people click and they go, oh, that's crazy to find a girl like that anymore. You get it? That's why I sit here and go, that's why I come back and say pump and dump. Now, I've said this before. I don't like the terms pump and dump. I don't like the risks of pumping and dumping a lot of women for a bunch of STDs. So even when you take that into account there, when I say pump and dump with a man, what I mean, and I really mean this, is it doesn't mean sleep with her one time like Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother and then get rid of her. That's a lot of work for not a lot of return. I mean, sleep with a girl, pump and dump just means if she wants you to commit to her marriage-wise, you dump her, you get rid of her. No, I'm sorry. That's not where I'm going. That's what I mean by that. I don't sit here and dump a girl just because. That's so much work to meet a new girl, then go, man, is this girl sketchy? Does this girl have STDs? I don't know, man. All that. That's a whole mess. But pump and dump is catch and release. It means catch her, enjoy your time. Don't sit here and build it up in your head that it's going to be more than it is, and release her when she's ready to be released. And when she's ready to be released is when she goes, Adam, I know you said you didn't want anything serious, but I need to know now. Is there ever going to be a future with us, or are we just going to be hookup buddies? It's like when I see that, I just go, hey, I really enjoy spending time with you. I understand you want other things, and that's totally fine. But, you know, the way I live my life, I just want to be single and do my own thing. You have my number. You can always send me a text whenever you need if you want to hang out again. Boom. That's it. There's nothing more complex about it. Boom. I say it like that. Girl will text me again in the future when she wants some fun, but now she knows where I stand. But this is why, to me, body count matters to men if you're thinking about committing to a woman. Does body count matter if you're thinking about sleeping around? I don't care except for the STD wise. If a girl was clean, I wouldn't care if she had 100 guys or 2 guys. I don't care if I'm just going to sleep with her. I really don't care. But risk wise, STD wise, to me it matters. And if you're going to think about committing or marrying a girl, it definitely matters. It's just, to me, that is so good luck finding that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that's unrealistic to look for a girl that slept with less than 3 men to commit to. Who cares if that's unrealistic? Don't change your standards, because you're screwed in the legal system as a man these days. So this is the way you got to look at it. Okay, all right. So anyway, guys, I'm going to look at the chat in a moment. I know I had some super chats I want to get to, and then I want to make sure. So did I answer the question? If I didn't, I'll go again. I think I did, but maybe I didn't. About why there's a double standard between men and women. If I didn't answer that, again, I'll look in the chat. If someone wants me to, answer it more directly, I certainly will. I'm not trying to skate away from that. But to me, it's very clear in my head about why there's a double standard. You don't have to like what I said, but that's just the way I see it. And let me see some of these. Let me see some of that super chat I saw here. Pop that in here. Good seeing you guys here. See some of your stuff. Carl, what's up, Carl? Man, I got to pee still, man. I'm holding it in. Holy cow, guys. I looked and it was 8:45. What felt like in Adam time 2 seconds ago. It's 9:56 in Adam time now. That's why I say, when I black out, I just don't know where the time goes. I just don't know what happened. Not sure. Whoa, I can put these. Okay, I don't want to put that out there. What's up, Striped? Okay. I'll see this. I see this. Boom. Let me put this out here. Biden will save us all. That's a joke. I know that. What's up, Carl? Carl says, ask a woman, equality or freedom? Equality? Run. Good call. Equality or freedom? Wow. Good call, because this could be mixed with a lot of topics that we usually talk about in the second half. Equality or freedom? If they say equality at the expense of freedom, run. That's what we're seeing right now. These masks, these face diapers, I can't stand it, guys. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. But, man, there's so much I want to say. Jay Rodriguez, what's up? Jay Rodriguez, super chat. He says, MGTOW for life, brothers. You don't need women validation. Amen. Amen. You don't need it. You don't need it. Absolutely not. Is it fun to get? It is fun to get. You don't need it. And you should never live your life like you need it. But all right. Did I answer the question? I want to see. MGTOW will level 1 activate. Yeah, why double standard is nature by design. It makes sense, but modern day it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. I mean, really, if we try to get as simple as possible, if you didn't have birth control, if you didn't have Smith's Mortions, could a woman sleep around with multiple men? She couldn't. She couldn't. She could not do that. Could a man? Yes, he could. And then when you think about that, it makes sense why women want the highest status men and why men are replaceable. Men go to war. Men do the most dangerous jobs. Well, if women want the highest status man, it makes sense that men are replaceable and women are not, in a sense. It makes sense that men will work. Oh, well, you got to be the top of the top to get action from women. But women, we can do no wrong because, right, no matter what, women are needed to create the next. Yeah, theoretically, men are. But like I just said, right, theoretically, you could take one man and 10 women, and you only need one man to start the new lineage there. Versus, you can't do that with one woman. You couldn't do it with 10 men and one woman. That woman gets pregnant 9 months later. Oh, and the next guy's going to come 9 months later. The next guy. And at a certain point, her body just gets beat up. We're designed differently. We're designed absolutely differently. Yeah, that is a good one from Carl there. About the, do you want equality or freedom? That is a good one, man. Solid. All right. Good stuff, guys. Oh, man. I wanted to get that one off my chest when I heard it. I was like, oh, jeez. Come on. The body count? Come on. Now, we know where women's minds are at. Good luck. Good luck trying to find a girl that's under 3 body counts, because those women are already married up or they're about to be married up. And that's fine. Good for them. Just know that right now, guys, that's why I always say marriage, living with a woman, no. Because if you you're not going to get a girl under a 3 body count. That's the type. I think MGTOW for Logic said that in the chat here. He's like, dude, I'm monk mode. If I were to ever settle down, she would have to be under 2 body counts and it's not going to happen. It's like, yeah, it's okay to have standards, but be realistic about what's out there today. And what's out there today is there's not a lot of women. Now, I am the crazy guy, and I've told you guys this before. I'm okay being the crazy guy. I personally don't see with my spiritual connection, and that could be a total fib or hoax or whatever. It doesn't matter. What I just don't see with my own connection here. I don't see that it's going to be fruitless for future societies. I don't see that it's always going to be unattainable. No, something's going to shake things up, and people are going to realize the disgusting way that we have lived, and it will self-correct. It might not be in our lifetimes, but I'm one of the crazy people that do believe we're going to see something that shakes things up. When I mean shake things up, right, there's no way about this. You can't force women to, be monogamous and all that stuff. And I don't want to force women to do that. I don't like that. Because if I was born as a woman, I would hate that. And I'm not ignorant to that fact. I don't like rules that are stupid. But I think we're going to see something that is so unbearable that people change on their own free will. And people can think I'm crazy for that. That's okay. But I do believe that we will see something that makes people so disgusted by the way that we've lived that they want to change their ways. I only can say the best way that can put that in my own life is that I have lived a very hedonistic lifestyle, you could say, to get to the point where I'm at right now with women and all that stuff. And I will just let you know, I'm not impressed with my body count. I'm not proud of my body count. I see a different future for societies. I see a different future for the future of our society. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm not asking men to lay down and go, well, I'm just going to accept this woman that slept before. No. I really believe people will be exposed to the sickness, because I was not exposed to this before. And when I understand on this level, and some of you might not understand on this level. When I understand on this level, I was coming in as an agnostic atheist at a certain point. I was coming in as on that agnostic atheist look, I'm not sitting here trying to make everything work through God. I came in from that side of things, and I'm coming out the other end. I see the disgustingness of smishmortions. I see how we were manipulated and played as a society. I see how we were tricked. I see how it's been done over and over and over again by the disgusting people in power that has made us the way that we are. But I'm not ignorant to the fact that a good woman makes a good man's life better. I'm not ignorant to that fact. And I will never be ignorant to that fact because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to have a good presence from a woman in life. Society-wise, horrible to look for commitment or all that. But I'm telling you guys, things will be exposed that make people so disgusted by our hedonistic lifestyle that there will be a change, and it won't have to be us forcing it to people. People will go, oh my God, I can't believe it. There'll be a change. If I'm wrong, I'm okay with that. I don't believe I'm wrong. There's a lot of why I don't believe I'm wrong about this stuff. Although I believe other names, Yahweh, Yeshua, I have a completely different belief than I've had before, and I see it in my mind very, very clearly. So I'm speaking right now about the state of things in which they are. I don't believe that this is the state of things to be in the future. I just don't believe that. I still understand that sounds crazy, but if you really think Joe Biden is legit right now, come on, what world are we living in? Just wait for the fun, wait for the fireworks. We can have fun each week here until then, but wait till the fireworks, guys. This is nothing yet. You guys haven't seen anything yet. I don't care. I don't care about saying that. I don't care about exposing it. I don't care about putting out, like I said, way early and beyond. What I feel is the truth. I'll put it out there and it will resonate. If you think I'm wrong, give this video a dislike. I'm okay with that. I just believe that you'll be proven wrong in the future. I see something, I feel it, I know it, and it's different. It's different. It's not just, well, I hope it's going to be better. No, I feel it in my bones. I feel the electricity. I feel the electricity. Any Tesla fans in there? The universe is about electricity, magnetism. I feel it in my entire body, guys. I get it. I'm crazy. I get it. But I'm not. But I'm okay you labeling me crazy, but I know I'm not. But I'm okay with you labeling me crazy. Guys, I don't know what else to say. I have to sit here, and it's like, okay, here's how I could relate this to you guys. I'm sitting here playing poker here, guys. Well, this is a back end. You don't care about that. I'm sitting here playing poker, and I'm trying to tell you guys about my hand here that I know won't be revealed until 5 hands later down the road. And I'm trying to be like, dude, you don't know what I got. Man, understand. My card, I got 4 aces here. Look what I got. And I have to sit here going, I know no one's going to believe me. I know that 4 hands later, I'm trying to tell. I get it. I get it. Frick, I get it. I don't know what it's like to be like this. I don't know what it's like, guys. I don't know what it's freaking like to be first on things. But historically, there's always been the crazy people that were crazy until they were proven that they weren't so crazy. I'm telling you, in as non-crazy fashion as I can, I'm one of those crazy people that is early to the crazy message that won't be so crazy later. And in explaining to you that, I know that I sound crazy. I'm okay with that. I don't know how else to say it, guys. I don't know how else to say it, but I see clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see clearly, guys. I don't know what that looks like. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Here's what I asked from you guys. Those of you guys that have been here since the beginning of my craziness. What I mean by craziness is I've always been crazy, but exposing my craziness to you guys. You guys have seen my second halves and all that stuff. All I ask for you guys that have seen my craziness is when it comes out, when everything comes out, and there's so much I want to reveal about what will come out, but when it all comes out, all I ask is that you guys that have known me, because I don't want to convince anybody, I don't want to play that game. I was telling you this. Yeah, I don't care about that. Any of you guys that remember the things you're hearing me saying right now, all I ask, when it comes out, simply buy me a beer and just say, Adam, I remember when you were saying that months or years ago. That's all I ask. All I ask, buy me a beer and just say, dang it, Adam, I remember. Because, man, the heat that I've taken on this, and it's my own fault. I've brought it on myself. I'm not putting this on anyone else. It's my own fault for bringing this on. But everything I'm saying, my heart is not pessimistic. And my heart is also not just floating around in some, objective reality that's not really true. No. I feel like I'm pretty centered in what's going on. And there's going to be a cataclysmic shift in the way people think. And I do believe it will come from literally understanding, because this is what I had to understand, the disgusting brainwashing that we've had into why people have adopted smishmortions in this lifestyle. And it all connects. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're sitting where I'm at right now, if you know what I'm talking about, it all connects on the agenda. Men and women are not meant to be at a battle with each other. I could be one of those crazy guys that I would have never done this a couple of years ago and said that God didn't create Eve to create chaos, to create a battle between men and women. He created this perfect partner. I truly believe that, guys. I truly believe that. That's where I gotta go. I'm just gonna keep rambling nonsense from having that. All right, guys. Hey, take care. Thank you for being on here. I'm the crazy guy. It's okay. Call me crazy. That's okay. But you just wait and see. That's all I'll say. You wait and see. Timestamp this. You wait and see. All right. Take care, guys.